Good evening, service crew, fighting pilot extraordinaire. Hey, Swinfall. Ready for takeoff. Happy Tuesday, everyone. As we know, it's that wonderful time of day, wonderful time of week, Tea Time Tuesday, where Ace makes a nice thing, a little peppermint tea, to really warm his bones up. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's really good. I'm glad I did that. Oh, that's so nice. We got some peppermint tea here to just warm up the bones. We got... I think I've done everything in my base today, right?
I need to keep away
I went and logged in a little bit beforehand, made sure I did everything. Let's go grab... Let's just drop a few extra drones there. Make sure we're flush out. No one's gonna stop working, like, immediately, right? What are you at? Let's be proactive here. What are these? This is money. Throw these 3 in there.
If only we had a surfboard here.
That's good, that's good, that's good. And then swap out these 3 for... Let's say these 3. Bada bing, bada
This
boom.
room. Ugh.
What's up,
It's like
Blammy?
it's
Happy
designed
Tuesday,
to make
welcome
me
in.
sleepy.
Happy Toyota Tacoma
Love
Tuesday. Toyota Tacoma Tuesday only happens during Toyota month, though, Blammy. And it's not Toyota month yet, it's July. Toyota month comes next month. Can't wait. I'm gonna get my new Toyota Tacoma, my Toyota Grand Prix, I think a Prius. I think that's a Toyota car. I might be lying on that one. Final day of America month. Exactly. America month and then Toyota month. Because every month needs to belong to the US in some way, shape, or form. And there's nothing important that happens in August to my knowledge in America. So that's Toyota month. September is obviously a Labor Day month? Because I'm pretty sure Labor Day is in September. And then there's other days, other things. I don't know what they are. Enjoy your double lurking, Blammy. Your triple lurking, even. Whatever that does. It's like 3 layers of shroud. Full 6s. Oh, nice for your spare parts. Nice, congrats. Also, what's up, June? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tea Time Toyota Tacoma Tower Defense Tuesday. All of them. All of them. Why not? Give some LMD, good sir. Unfortunately, June, I am also not very flush with funds anymore. This might seem like a lot, though. What have you spent your money on, June? You have a monthly allowance of LMD, but it sounds like you've done and spent most of it already, which is not a good sign. Me, I've gone and spent it. What did I spend all my other stuff on? I got a lot of modules. I haven't really done anything recently as far as like LMD spending, except for maybe, I think down here costs LMD, right? I don't know, because I'm currently underway of doing this right now. Oh, you can actually click on this thing? Oh shoot, I've never seen this green font like this before. This is crazy, actually. I did not know you could click on that. I think the only thing I've spent money on recently is just on this stuff. Thank you, La Highs. Don't let her.
Doctor.
That is really good. It's just the right time to be drinking this tea, because it's just warm enough that I can drink it and just get that full peppermint blast. It's great. 2 6-star E2s. Ooh, that'll do it to you, June. Which 2? Were they worth it? If you've E2 them, I assume they're worth it. As long as you in your heart of hearts think it's worth it, then it's always worth it. Who am I gonna E2 recently? Who am I gonna E2 next? I guess I probably want to save, and then after Shu happens, if I get Shu / Jolie. Jolie seems like the more interesting of the 2, but if I get Shu, then I'm also happy with that. I take that back. I don't think Jolie is interesting, because Jolie is just well, Jolie would fill a niche that I don't have, which is a 6-star Musha, or what are they called now? They got a new name, didn't they? Like a Blade Master. Do the web event? That is my plan, actually, Lahai. Good question. Good point. Good thing. Lahai, the plan for today is, of course, as we all know, last week we did it. We beat Chapter 10, but we still got a bit of reading to go. So we're going to knock these 2 out real quick, 18 and 19, just to really cement ourselves, finish up the chapter there. And then after that, I figured, because I'd seen you guys posting about it in the Discord, that, yeah, we would probably go and just click on this thing here, which will open up a new window in this, so we can just play in the browser. It's great. Because I want to go see... I've been saying it for, like, the last month. I've been wanting to play, like, some kind of lazy farming game. And I don't imagine this will be that, but it will be the closest thing to it. Ray and Suitor. Those are really good options. Tea, check what you're drinking. This is a peppermint tea, June. I don't know if I had said that yet. It's a peppermint tea. Herbal. Nothing else in it. Just hot water and that whatever comes in the peppermint tea package. Which is really nice. It's been a go-to for, like, what I drink recently. Because, like, I think I have 6 plus 1, like, hot drinks I can make, typically. I have 6 teas, and then I can make, like, honey lemon tea, or more accurately, just hot lemonade, right? And I haven't been going for that often. Because I've been wanting to have, like, something with a little bit more, like, hit in it. And the other 6 are... I have a double bergamot Earl Grey, which I haven't touched in, like, probably a year, but it's in there just in case I ever want it. Because I've been doing a lot of black teas. Except, recently I have been. Since we've been playing Persona on Sundays, I usually, like, I've been drinking tea, like a black tea to get me some caffeine about halfway through that. So I've been drinking a lot of mint tea, which is the second one. And that's been really good. I've been liking that, and I got some Nilla wafers that I can also go for it, so it's like a really good, like, British tea time kind of a thing, where it's like, you get some tea, you get a little tiny little bit of sweetness in it, it's great. Brewmaster. 6 is nothing. If you're a tea drinker, I know people that have, like, because it's those little tiny boxes, right? I have a small stash compared to others. I can steal, I mean, help harvest your crops. Is that how that works? Can you actually do that? Oh, shoot. It's all communal farming, so that works for me. What are the other 2 teas I have? So I have those black teas. I have the double bergamot Earl Grey, which I haven't touched in, like, forever. I also have the mint tea, which is a black tea. I also have a mint herb tea, which is kind of nice because it's... Herb teas and green teas are what I usually go for, just because when I stream late at night, like, right, this isn't late, right? But it's like, I don't want to be drinking, like, black tea worth of caffeine because it's not good for you. So I've been drinking, like, green teas or herb teas, depending on, like, if I feel like I need the extra kick of caffeine. So I have normal green tea. I have, like an actual, like, honey lemon tea, which I think is a green tea. I think it's a white tea, actually, but I don't think I don't think they know what a white tea is, so they just called it a green tea. And then I have this peppermint tea, which is really good. It's really nice because peppermint, like, helps, like, open up your nasal or whatever, something like that, allegedly. And then I have just normal herbal mint tea. But the peppermint one's been really, really nice. It's what I've been drinking, like, anytime I've been drinking, like, tea at, like, normal stream time. Recently, I think I've been going for that. Alright, I've done my dailies, started on my weeklies. Not important. Wait, this is important. This is gonna be next one. Everything else good, good, good. Let's do it. We got 2 things to do. Knock them out and let's go plant some plants in preparation for tomorrow. So, before we start, double check. We've done everything on the hardest difficulty possible. Good. Look at the book. Good. Wonderful. The story so far. In Stormwatch, we were introduced to Bagpipe, Sail Leech, and Horn. I don't know why Horn's not here. Probably because Horn is more important in, like... I don't know why Horn's not here. I feel like Horn should be here, but I guess it was more on these 2. This feels like this should be Horn, but I don't know who that is in the background. Is that, Theresa in the background? Really weird that there is no, like, character on front. Hold on. Character, boss, main characters, boss/main character. Who is this supposed to be? Is that, who is that supposed to be? Wait. I feel like that's either supposed to be, I think it's Reunion? Is that, I've never actually thought who this is. Has a knife on it. Is this Frost Nova? Huh. That makes sense. I've never actually seen her full, I haven't seen her full sprite in like a year. I'm probably overstretching that, but like, it's been a while. It makes sense because this is where, whenever you start this one, isn't that the one where at the very beginning it starts you in media res and it's like, oh, if only you could join us or something. So I guess that makes sense. This is Frost. So boss, main character, boss, boss, boss. Everyone has a knife too. That's why it's confusing. I want to say Project Red because of the knife, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. She is in one of these chapters. Project Red shows up with Calcit and they take out Crown Slayer. But I was like, that doesn't make sense there. Main characters. There's like no one on there. I guess it's Theresa. But like Theresa isn't... No, they do introduce Theresa like really early on. Like up here, right? Because isn't this the one that starts out with... It starts out with this thing. Let's have our little... This is what we're finishing up, guys. Forgot all of that. Oh my god, this is so nice. I love this. Let's see how fitting this was to the story that we've done so far. Honestly, I feel like I didn't get enough of Theresis. So I hope that I get more in these last two chapters, these last two bits. Because there was stuff at the beginning and then all the middle was just on Rhodes Island and on like Thorn. Oh, that seems really bad, by the way. I'm gonna knock that down like a few. That is such a good preview. This had a recap on it, which is different. But yeah, they have like Theresis and Theresa, and it shows Amiya like looking up and then being like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you. We're gonna have our confrontation." Which I guess is brought up a little bit here, but then the entire rest of this is all about. Yeah, let's delve into it then. So the entire rest of this, go back to Adverse. You have the intro where it shows now we are in Victoria. Back here, I guess we were also in Victoria here, but this was in more like general farmland Victoria, specifically like close to like Northern Ireland almost, it feels like, with the fact that you have the Taran movement, which feels like the IRA equivalent of you know, we are Irish or we are the equivalent of Irish, in this case Taran, and we're kind of like rising against Victoria. That's just like a bit that's happening in Victoria to introduce you to like two characters. Jump forward here. It's now at least a year in the future, it feels like, right? And you have in Londinium, in the capital of Victoria, you have Theresis, along with Theresa and a bunch of other important Sarkaz, including but not limited to the Sanguinarch, a vampire, Hodor and Manfred, two Sarkaz tough boys. Who else? You got the goo, you got the Deep Space Nine. My god, I said every other D word. You got the Deep Space Nine goo, the changelings. I think the witch is in here. You got a bunch of them. They're all doing their conduct, but they're all in the center of Londinium. Can I see the we'll pretend this is close enough. They're in like this tower here in the center of Londinium, and there's a wall. And then it's like in Shingeki no Kyojin is my understanding of this situation, where it's walls upon walls upon walls. And in the very center, there's a giant tower where Theresis sits on his throne of lies with his fake dead sister, Theresa, and he's controlling all the other lower Sarkaz beneath him. However, when we join, we're on the outermost layer, which Manfred controls, which also you can't see, but there are giant cannons that are currently pointing inside the city in order to keep everyone afraid and terrified and inside the city. And our goal is to meet up with the liberation movement that is already underway, which is led by a unicorn, and together we team up and we go against and we fight against Manfred, who is the one controlling these guns. And our goal is to move through here and into the center so we can confront Theresis. Along the way, we meet Stainless, Rock, the unicorn leader herself, Heidi, who is returned to us from A Walk in Dust. Why did they say no? Oh, right, because I probably haven't been on the screen since I had to restart my game. Perfect. So we meet all those. We also get to meet Horn from last chapter. Horn is back, and she's basically taking her own rebel movement, but her rebel movement isn't the people. It's the former soldiers of Victoria, and she's rallying them against her, rallying them under her banner for her cause. And all along the way, we also have Siege from Rhodes Island, who has come back because Siege is the long-lost king, effectively, of Victoria. So all of those different pieces are put into motion, and they've all come here, and they all beat Manfred up and took control of the outer ring, and now we're going into the inner ring to do what we came here for. All the while, there are a bunch of Victorian dukes on the outside of Victoria that are too afraid to do anything because they're all scattered and they're not, like, united in their front. And outside of that, you got Bagpipe and Chin somewhere. Probably they're going to show up next chapter or at the end of this chapter. And you got Calcit and the rest of the actual Rhodes Island land ship also out there somewhere. They're probably going to come in, same at the end of this chapter somewhere. Because they didn't come in at the end here. There were two parts that I thought we were going to see, like Calcit, or we were going to see Bagpipe. And the first one was when Horn is basically dying, I was like, oh no, she's going to die. She's not. I know she's not. But like, oh no, she's going to die. Maybe Bagpipe's going to save her. But it's not Bagpipe. It's one of Horn's compatriot saves her. Okay. And the other one was, oh, they've done it. They've saved her. They're going away on train. They see someone. Oh, is it Calcit? No, it's Theresa. Which, that was a good moment. But we got 2 more moments to go through, so let's see what happens. Just let's hope we do not get fallouted into some side quests. like story-wise, like we're gonna go destroy Theresis, and then it's like, oh, doctor, I have this dragon and she's doing some crops, and then we just whoosh. We don't have to worry about this. We leave Victoria. We go thousands upon thousands of miles east. I guess not northeast. It's not actually that. Oh shoot! They hide away when you don't have them up. Oh, that's unfortunate. Victoria's here. Like, imagine us here doing Victoria, and then it's like, Doctor, new Dragon Girl just dropped, and then we just get in the land ship and just and we end up in Yan. That's what we're doing next week. Today, let's finish this. There was once someone who could answer all our questions, but now we must find a new answer together. Reflection of an ideal. I wonder if this is related to, this makes me think about, especially Reflections, makes me think about the Changelings, which I think are the boss of the next one, or they're an upcoming boss. I know that they're a boss. I've fought them in the boss rush mode. No, Steam Knight is also a boss. Steam Knight and Changeling are the two things that could happen in the next event or next chapter or the chapter after next. So I need more information on those two going forward. And also the Sanguine Arc is here, and he hasn't really done anything, but I saw his leeches at one time, so that was kind of cool. Alright. Let's bump the music. It's so quiet. Bump it up by, like, to there. I know as soon as some other music happens, it's going to blow out the speakers, but we'll try that for now. Alright. Your Majesty. Regretfully, I was late. Does Your Majesty share the same regrets I do? That we were not able to stop them here? Manfred. Back then, in Casdell, you would never speak to me so guardedly. Back then, you'd look me straight in the eye. Your Majesty, Casdell was nothing more than a clustered ruin and a thick stack of blueprints. In all those years, you and the General. No. As things are now, there is no need to speak of past matters. Your Majesty has returned to the General's side. Together, you shall rule the royal court and bring the Sarkaz victory once again, just as countless times in the past. For me, and the rest of the men, we need only remember this. Yes. Even so, Manfred, I really wish to meet the girl. Your Majesty? Do you think a person dreams in death? I've dreamt of them often, the past few months. Again and again, I dream of that ship. I dream of conversations with that doctor of few smiles. I dream of standing shoulder to shoulder with that silent commander of the ship's deck. I dream of sitting by her bedside every night, telling tales of the Sarkaz in this great land, lulling the girl to sleep. Is the general aware? He knows all. However, a dream is but a dream. Isn't that so? Your Majesty, your cheeks. Ah, it's just ash. I thought. I do not shed tears. Yes. Why do I not shed tears? So does she know that she's fake? The way that it's described, I think that in some way, shape, or form she does. Because she does mention about being in death. Do you think a person dreams in death? So I wonder if she knows that she's effectively either a zombie or some kind of perversion of the actual will of Theresa. And if so, how did she come about? Your Majesty, in the end you still allowed her to go to the city walls? You are aware of the threat the King of Sarkaz bears. Of course. Not even Manfred or the Sanguinarch may be capable of successfully capturing the successor to that power. To defeat a Sarkaz king, the safest choice is naturally another one. Did you not intend that when you raised that suggestion to me? I also remember that you nearly killed me when I first suggested to bring her back. Vomit-inducing. That's what you said. It's difficult to forget such fury. My opinion has not changed. But we still need her, do we not? Only when the two of you stand together will the soldiers truly believe that the chaotic and dark era of the past is now history. They will never again question the legitimacy of your orders. There will no longer be two different voices in the Sarkaz's hearts. To this end, we must get hold of the other Sarkaz king as soon as possible. Then, go, and make sure of that. The soldiers must focus on the war ahead. They must clearly understand that they are following a ruler who can lead them out of their plight, and not just some power of dubious ownership. I know. You have never cared for that black crown. For your satisfaction, I have never stopped researching the Sarkaz king either. Thanks to her, I've made great progress. Should we get our hands on that cowardice too, perhaps we will be able to truly understand the power of the Sarkaz king before too long. The Sarkaz are not slaves to any man or power. It is if the crown of the Sarkaz king is but another shackle, then crush it. Your wish aligns with my own. It will be done, Your Majesty. I did not expect you to return so late, Your Highness. You seem tired. Confessorius, you neglected to inform me that the Banshee was there too. Ah, I thought you'd have guessed it. A Banshee can be more trouble to deal with than a Naxahir. What a frightening talent. That said, next time I'll simply stick his tongue in a crystal case and gift it to his mother. The regent and the Naxihir king will not be pleased, your highness. Then they'd best not find out. Also, that Manfred. How dare he use those toys mounted on the city walls on me? Half the filth on me is thanks to him. Perhaps I should teach him a lesson. I understand your frustrations, your highness. Consider this as a tiny compensation for the missing intel. I will suggest the regent grant you the task of capturing the Sarkaz king. That bastard failed after all. I've been telling Theresis all this time he's just a soft-hearted coward. It's fine. All of this is within the regent's plans. Let them celebrate for now. After all, the best way to crush hope is to first let it come to fruition. The nobles in the city grow restless once more. You're right. Let them continue with their folly. When the banquet is at its peak, the abrupt shifting of laughter to horror. Oh, it's tantalizing. Incidentally, speaking of the nobles, is there anything your highness wishes to report to the regent? No. Nothing. Tell Theresis I await the next banquet. He's obviously discovered something, but he's hiding it. These little moves. I fear the regent will not tolerate him much longer. Leader. Any movement from the Duke's forces outside the city? Oh. The Naxihir king will be returning soon. Once he arrives, send him to meet the regent immediately. Also, didn't you mention a Victorian noble sent some messengers back? Let us go and meet them. Sir, there's one more thing. Is there? She actually chose to return at such a time. Yes. Do you have a plan, sir? Send a message to the Royal Academy of Sciences. It's time for a long-awaited family reunion. Ooh! What's the... Is it... Yeah, there it is! Perfect! I was just about to say, is it Shining? Because Shiny is definitely an important character in this, but I don't think... Shiny might have showed up at the very beginning with Warfarin. Because her and Warfarin had a bit really, really early on in this chapter when they were heading towards it. And I know Warfarin was like, oh, there's another vampire here, ooh. But Shining here, I don't remember if she was in the beginning now, but obviously she is a former Confessarius or something along those lines. You can tell from her robes and just the way she kind of holds herself. Or a guard, one of the two. So clearly I was expecting some kind of, like, going us on there. So, hey. Liz, how are you feeling? Are we going too fast? Are you tired? I'm fine. You have to tell me if you feel any discomfort. Yes. My chest feels a bit stuffy. Is it because you're getting closer to home? No. That isn't my home. Shining. My home is with you and Neural. I didn't want you to come back here. But I wanted to. I want to go with you, and I want to find what I've lost. I can feel that they're here. Yes, Nightingale. We'll find them, and they'll help you get better. You are going to get better. And then, we'll return to Rose Island. Or we could also go to Casimiras. We'll go wherever you want. You'll go with me, right? Of course, Liz. No matter when, as long as you want it, I will stay by your side. So what is Nightingale's dysfunction? Does Nightingale have amnesia? Does Nightingale have some other related issues? Based on context clues, she's a Sarkaz, which I honestly thought she was like a sheep. I didn't realize that, because I don't know much about Nightingale since I don't have her, and I've never really looked into her stuff because she hasn't been like important before this. But clearly, like, because I know that Shiny and Neural are the two like followers. I didn't know if Nightingale was part of that, but based on that context that she might be. Hey, what's up, Ben? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tea Time Toyota Tacoma Tower Defense Tuesday, Ben. Welcome on in. You're not super duper late, Ben, because luckily you've only missed this much, which honestly, in the grand scheme of things, isn't a lot. We got to the part where Manfred and Theresa had a little back and forth about their happenings with does a person like dream in death, where you get like this hint that like I think Theresa knows that she's like a zombie or that she's not natural, and she has like these dreams of her life at Rose Island. We had this thing between Theresis and the Confessarius about getting someone to deal with the Sarkaz King, which is obviously set up for the next chapter. Then we had the Sanguine Arc and the Confessarius talking about it looks like the Sanguine Arc's gonna be the one that's going to be going after Ami, which actually is interesting then, because do I fight this guy then? Interesting. And then we're at the part where Nightingale and Shiny have a little back and forth. And I was wondering about what is Nightingale, because I don't know anything about her. Shiny's family. I think I'm about to, because I think that's what a long-awaited family reunion. So we are gonna learn about Shiny's family, I think. It feels like going on a brand new journey, while also returning to the starting point. Its high walls give Londinium the feeling of a giant cage, or even a sealed graveyard. But it is also the past and present home of countless people. This place hides many answers, yet it also leads to a great deal more questions. Where are we going? To a reunion? Or a separation? Are we alive? Yeah. It looks like we can finally take a breather. Rock? Why are you crying? I've never seen you cry before. It's nothing. I thought of Bill. When I think of him, Oh, Bill. No, I shouldn't do this. The battle isn't over. It's fine, Rock. We're safe right now. We can take a break. I think of old Bill and all the friends. Before the next battle starts, it's what we ought to do. I did not read the Ray event. Who is this? Who? This feels Sarkaz or enemy coded with the red and the black. Who is this? Hello? We meet at last. Oh, is she a Victorian noble or something like that then? Interesting. Where are we right now, actually? I thought we were on the train. I thought everyone was on the train together. Did we just pull into the station? Is this like the leader of the... This must be the leader of the interior forces, like, rebel movement. You are? Allerdale, Cumberland. Call me Allerdale. I'm Clovis's friend, and the Londinian Citizens Self-Salvation Corps' officer in charge of Octerig Borough. That is Central Londinium. Cumberland. You're the Duke of Cumberland's daughter. I was just a small child when father passed away. I only remember him brushing his sweat-laden beard on my face whenever he returned from his fencing match. That's the only memory I have left after 20 years. I heard that the Duke of Cumberland was betrayed by other anti-royalist dukes. Father walked the path he believed in for the sake of his ideals. I respect him greatly, which is why I'm here. You and the other nobles within the city, you've been fighting against the Sarkaz? Yes, but our efforts have only just begun to bear fruit. I was extremely surprised when Isabel came to look for me. Not just because she's the Count of Manchester's successor, although the Count has always been one of the most steadfast supporters. It's just that I thought all the Knights of the Tower were dead. Isabel's return was a great inspiration to many of us. Of course, what surprised me the most was you. You know who I am. Ha! I was not aware at first. How could I be surprised otherwise? All these years, we never stopped looking for you. But there were never any clues. Many thought that you were long dead. I never believed so. I do not believe any of those looking for me actually wanted me to take. I do believe many of those looking for me actually wanted to take my life. Perhaps so. But even among those, there are many who've changed their minds. You've seen what's happened to Londinium. People lost their freedom long ago. All Victorians, even those nobles holding tightly onto their titles, must either become a slave to the Sarkaz, or tremble in fear as they hope to survive till the next day. Even deep in slumber, they instinctively cry out, "Your Majesty." Is there anyone who has not wondered, should that sudden execution all those years ago have gone another way, would Londinium be as it is today? Sudden execution? Do you really think that my presence here would change anything? At the very least, it opens up a new possibility. Even though you appear to be contemplating, I know you've already set your heart on it. Oh. You sent Isabel to contact me. Is that not a sign that you're prepared to lead us against the Sarkaz? I don't deny that I made a decision. But being prepared, you can never be fully prepared. You're not wrong. We should begin, Lady Cumberland. Allerdale, please, walk me through our current situation again. I'm sure you understand that I have a lot to catch up on. Great. I love your enthusiasm. That's just what we need right now. Then, welcome home, Alexandrina. Your Majesty. They executed the king. Okay, so then context clues is they talked about anti-imperial at some point. Hold on, where is it? Right, Your Majesty. Tower Knights were dead. Fighting against the Sarkaz. Anti-royalist dukes. Other anti-royalist dukes is a weird phrasing here, but so clearly there were some anti-royalist dukes. They wanted to overthrow the lineage of the king, which in this case is Siege's dad, as Siege's dad was probably the king and Siege was a princess at the time. Her dad gets killed. She gets ferried out of the city to save her because obviously she's a child at that point. She doesn't need to be like under this. Allerdale's father, Duke of Cumberland, the other ones, they're now like, we're anti-royalists. Woohoo, we did it. We got him out. And then infighting ensues because now instead of a central power, there's a bunch of smaller dispersed powers that are kind of like split up. And because there's no central authority and because they don't work together, importantly, they've then got they got splintered off. Sarkaz come in because everyone's splintered off and not like allying appropriately, not like trusting in each other. They're able to come in, take over Londinium, and now we're at the current situation. Interesting. Question marks? Who is this character? I've never seen this woman before in my life. Heidi. Kelsit. It's tough to get a meeting with you. Did anyone follow you? Don't worry. I've carefully covered my tracks all the way here. How could I be your messenger if I wasn't even capable of that? You've already done very well. Your father would be proud. Frankly, many times in the past when I was close to failure, I would think of you and wonder, what would you do? I would also think about what you would say if I could get everyone to make it through with me. But now that you're really standing before me, I suddenly feel that all those things I've imagined mean nothing. Heidi, you are well prepared. Indeed. At least, I will always be prepared. All of us will. By the way, are you in a hurry to see Amiya? I've confirmed that she's currently safe. It's been a long time since I was in Londinium, so I have a number of matters I need to take care of. That's good. There's someone... She's been waiting to see you, to meet you. What? W came back? What? Who is this character? Why are they doing it like this? If they were in like Shadow, I get it, but like what is the thought process behind the scriptwriter here to also have, did the scriptwriter and the person who actually like put together this not Wells and cockroaches? Who are these characters? Cal, sit, start talking. I need an explanation. You're alive. And what exactly do you wish me to explain? W. Oh, that's W. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, I see it. You're as calm as ever. Hard for me to tell if you knew before you got here or not. Whatever. Doesn't even matter if you're a monster or not. I've got beer fins to fry. It's Theresa. It really was Theresa. How could you let Theresis get his hands on her body? Ooh, okay. Interesting. So, it really is a zombie-esque situation where they got their hands on the body and were able to resurrect it with some spiritual energy, but it still has some lingering echoes of a memory, but he's basically using it as a literal, like, puppet. No spoilers? That either means it's a funny joke as far as relating to the question marks, or here's my crackpot theory. They left it as question marks because one of those is a spy, one of those is a Deep Space Nine, like liquid person. What are they called? Changeling. But that doesn't make sense to me. That'd be weird. That'd be a little jumping the shark. But it is weird because when did Cal Sit get to? Did that happen in the last bit of last night or last week? Because I didn't think that Rhodes Island got to Victoria yet, like the ship. Or did Cal Sit just like sneak in? Because Cal Sit could probably do that. She's crazy like that. Not a friendly potato planter. Is that a reference to the shoe event, the shoe thing going on? Can I use W to plant potatoes? Amiya. Sorry, Doctor. I didn't see you coming. You've been preoccupied ever since the train. What did you see on it? Yes. Oh, I don't know that she saw Theresa? W saw Theresa, though. W wasn't on the train. That's fair. I guess there's no hiding it. And I shouldn't hide it from you anyway. Dr. Windfall. I saw... her. Doctor, Miss Rockrock really was talking about her. Calcit said she already... Calcit and I... And W's attitude towards me. 4 years ago, Theresa passed away. Only 4 years ago? I guess I've had amnesia. I woke up like... Wait, when did I wake up? I thought I woke up like 5 years ago. Was that only 3 years ago? So, okay. I was in a coma. Theresa's passed away. A year, give or take a year later, I wake up. And then it's been 3 years since the reunion thing? I thought it was 5. My knowledge of time is even worse than real life. Even though Dr. Calson W may disagree with me about the truth behind this, there's one thing we definitely wouldn't get wrong. That day, we really lost her. What's this about? I don't know. But the moment I saw her at the train station, I finally understood why I felt those emotions in Londinium. Besides anger, sorrow, and endlessly infinite sorrow. Yes, to the Sarkaz, anger and sorrow are symbiotic even. It's just that they choose to dry their tears with anger most of the time. And all those emotions seem to converge in her eyes. Even Theresa had never... You're hurting. Hurting? Maybe, but compared to them, those Sarkaz shattered by hate and prejudice, this is nothing. I can feel it. It's too little. Far too little. I glimpsed it for a moment, but I was nearly drowned under that turbulent wave of emotion. What did Theresa go through? That's not your responsibility. Is it really not? Doctor, I said before that I really couldn't believe it was her. But when I saw her with my own two eyes, I found it wasn't very difficult at all to accept. Since I'm here, I need to know the truth. Not just the truth behind Theresa, but also the Sarkaz within the city. What exactly did they experience that they would be burdened with such anger and sorrow? And if the truth brings about more pain? Dr. Windfall. You can be afraid, Almia. I'm afraid too. But we will walk onwards together. Yeah. Dr. Windfall. Together. Let's look for the answer. This is also an answer I need. I apologize for interrupting you. There's an urgent matter concerning Vina, as well as our Self-Salvation Corps. Based on a letter from Lady Heidi, we've confirmed that this matter relates to you. Dr. Windfall. Is Edward Artorius's relic in your possession? That's it? I've never met this man before in my life. Even more so than the joke ones. W's mind's on her skin. Do they look like potatoes? I haven't. Unfortunately, I don't have W or her skin. I've gotten W like from like welfare and IS a few times, and I think I might have borrowed her like once or twice, but not enough that I remember what her skin mines look like. But I guess they look like potatoes, which makes sense given that she looks like just a merc, right? Who is this Edward Elric? Also, what is... And out from the ashes climbs a will, sweeping on a Draco's flames. Okay, so it's like the Plants vs. Zombies potatoes? Really? That's actually kind of fitting. That's kind of cute, especially if that's intentional, given that the links between Arknights and Plants vs. Zombies, as you know, like tower defense games. That's kind of cute if true. If it's like an intentional reference. Potato mine, because it's the one where it's like it has like rock, like it's a mound with a little like boop boop on it. It's like, and then like the mound where the potato is, and then it has like a little boop boop, like a little cowlick, a little curly Q. Okay, so this is the brunt of the story, which means this one, Sparks Afar, Draco's Flames. This could be one of 3 characters. Possibly one of 2, because technically this event already happened. Where is it? Did it do anything here? Oh, no. Fine, we're good. Where is it? Wait, what? What? It's not in, I guess I can get to it from here. technically this event... Where is that? Where's cats? Here it is. This event has already happened, right? So there are 3 Dracos I'm thinking about. It's Reed, Sis, and no, I guess she's not a Draco, is she? Hold on. Chin is not a Draco. Chin is a Chinese Draco, which is called something else. Sui? But it's like a Sui half-breed or something, right? A Lung, that's what they're called. And I was gonna say it's either Reed, her sister, or who is the villain of... Yeah, Talulu. Is Talulu actually a Draco? Tallulah, that's what it was. I was gonna say Tallulah, but then I was like, wait a minute, is Tallulah also a Lung? But no, Tallulah I think is a Western dragon. Okay. Can I see Tallulah on here? I guess not. Tallulah is not someone who would be in my trust overview, so that's fair. But wait, aren't Tallulah and Chin's sisters? Was Chin's mom like what? It was a Western dragon and an Eastern dragon. Are their parents, I guess? Weird. So this is one of 3 things. From the ashes climbs a will, sweeping on a Draco's flames. This makes me think more so either Reed or Tallulah then. Because out from the ashes climbs a will. I think it'd be interesting if this was about Tallulah. But I think it's probably more important if it's about Reed. Because Tallulah... Because don't forget, at the end of here, Tallulah got broken out. And I don't know when Tallulah is going to be important again, but she's there. And at the same time, Reed is also an important character now. So there's like a lot of Dracos that are just kind of like doing nothing right now that they could really pop off. And I don't know what's going to happen. So let's just hop in and see which one it's about. I'm going to say Tallulah. Oh! What is it? This is a flashback. It's probably about Reed then. I muted the mic instead of doing it. Oh my god. Okay. Next, turn your textbooks to page 132. Terran Calendar 31. The Empire of the Hippogriff was officially renamed the Empire of Ursus. We've already spent 2 lectures talking about and analyzing this piece of history. Historians believe that the cause of the Hippogriff's fall from power was primarily its ruling class's corruption and incompetence, as well as the rise of Ursus and the forces of production that it represents. This war is often referred to as Ursus's Uprising, representing the ancients standing up to the Elders' authority. From this point onward, the legitimacy of the Elders' ruleship across Terra gradually waned. Yet, if we look back on this war from a different perspective, we'll find a set of questions that naturally follow. Suppose it was another Ursus race that had been ruling the country instead of the Hippogriffs. Would the revolution still have taken place? If, as the rulers, the Hippogriffs had not insisted on a policy of racial discrimination, if they stopped taking Ursus wealth as their own and gave the Ursus equal opportunity, would the Hippogriffs' empire's downfall have been averted, or would it have come sooner? What if the Khagan's cavalry never set foot on these lands? You just missed it. Oh, it's Tallulah! I was right all along. I never swapped back to saying Reed, right? I'm gonna say that I was right all along that it was Tallulah. There she is. But no, Klotz, welcome in. Happy Tuesday, by the way. But no, yeah, you literally just missed it because we just... It's literally the very, very end of this, and then we're going into this. I don't know who Edward Artorius is, but they had just asked about that, so yeah. Hello, are you here to listen in on Miss Kolshelna's lecture? Miss Kolshelna. That's right. Her lectures on the Imperial history are very popular. I've been noticing young men and women such as yourself listening in from the hallway. You aren't one of the students, are you? You don't look like a college student. Wait. Okay, hold on, wait. Question. Tallulah looks like she's like in her early to mid 20s. It's anime, so that doesn't mean anything, right? But it says young Ursus student, which to me is like high school or maybe even younger. But then this dude is like young men and women such as yourself, which means that it makes me feel like he's older. And that Tallulah, what, I don't understand how ages work here. Young is a terrible adjective, I think. Because then, why would someone who's young also say young men and women? Like, I don't like this writing. Sorry, that's a very nitpick. It was mentioned in Chapter 7. Need a refresh? I think? If it was mentioned in Chapter 7, yes, I would love a refresh, because I don't know anything. I don't know who Edward Artorias is at all. You can actually go inside if you like. She's not going to mind if you stand in the back of the classroom. You'll be able to hear her more clearly. No need. Her voice is pretty clear as is. Okay, then. This lecture is almost over anyway. I still have other lectures to attend, so please, excuse me. By all means, please. You may not be able to find the answers to these questions in any textbooks, but I hope you will give them some thought. Let them occupy your brain as you eat, and as you bathe, and even as you sleep. And when an idea has lingered in your brain long enough, write it down. I'm very interested in your opinions. Okay, let's wrap it up here. Enjoy your brief freedom until the next bell. Till the next bell? What kind of college is this? What the? Who are these characters? Look, I'm not gonna say that. If I had a nickel for every time the end of chapter 10 introduced an older, mature woman whose predominant characters were white, black, and red, I would have 2 nickels, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is weird that it happened twice. Was a close friend of Wei Yin Wu, but he had to kill him for political reasons. Oh, is that the dad? It's a nurse's school. They might have a better different system in the USA. I guess, maybe. But for college? Having bells in college seems a little bit overreachy, I guess. Someone has a type? I mean, like I said, I just think it's weird. I'm not gonna say yes, not gonna say no, but like, I'm not complaining. Calcet asked Wei Yunwu for access to Edward Artorias' reigns as a reward for Rhodes Island stopping the turnabout Core City. Interesting. Why? This is very interesting. Yeah, because they mentioned that. They only mentioned in passing then. I guess I don't know what the ramifications of having Edward Artorias' remains are then. That's interesting. If it is like Chin / Tallulah's dad, what does that mean then? Like Chin's already kind of on our side, and she's kind of working to get in. Like, she's doing rebellion stuff right now. We don't know where she is. She hasn't shown back up yet. As far as I know, she and Bagpipe are just doing like stuff out in the countryside, and Tallulah's over here talking to hippogriffs. What would getting like this is gonna Arknights is like Lost, except I've never watched Lost, but the idea of Lost is it has a lot of mysteries that you keep going like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And you have to keep tuning in, and it like strings you along on these mysteries. And it has a lot of them that they just like mention for like one passing thing and they never bring it up again. Like that body. But then they brought the body back up, which, because it was so long ago when I read it, and also because it was just mentioned literally offhand one time, I was like, I don't know what this means. I kind of respect the writing in some sense that they had forethought to put little things like that in. But at the same time, you can think like maybe when they were writing it, they're like, just give them a weird thing, and then we'll write them the story later. It's interesting. Placing story hooks years ahead. It is kind of nice. I think my best example in modern time that I learned about was, we talked, I think was it last week we talked about, Ben had pointed out, in the very first scene of Arknights, when you're like in media res and Ami is talking to you, there's a giant eyeball, which I'm going on record as saying that's the goddamn Sui's eyeball. Sui gets reborn 10 years in the future from the start of Arknights, and that's their giant eyeball that Amiya and or the Doctor are looking at, and that's so crazy. Like Granny's treasure, yeah, which was brought. Actually, don't know that. I feel like I've been told that one before, but that's like the setup for all of the Seaborn stuff, right? What was Granny's treasure in the end? Actually, Was it the friends that they made along the way? I feel like I should have read that one because it was a really early story and it probably didn't take long to read, but I just burned through that in like a day at one point. Do you have any questions, miss? I found you. What? What? Okay. What? I thought there was going to be a little bit more build up to that. Maybe they were going to have an exchange, but nope. Nope. Contains the key to the brigand's notes on the Saltafire. Good lord. That's kind of sick. That's a really good, like, story pacing and just, like, setting up, like, here's a MacGuffin. We don't know what we're going to use it for yet, but we can just keep on to this and then we can, like, write it in later. It's good. It's a decent way of, like, writing. As long as they have satisfying conclusions, which so far I think they've all had. Why did she go into the city? To look for someone. Oh, that's a Draco too. I never remember her name because she showed up like 7 times. And why is this someone worth the risk? 9. Her name is 9. 9. You said it yourself. We can't get anywhere close to the nomadic cities while we're in Ursus. We want to pass judgment on her, don't we? Before she talks, she needs an answer still. Without this answer, she won't even believe half a word she says herself, and neither will we. Oh, she's a snake? Oh, shit. My bad. I'll try to take a look again. Also connect to the last night from IS3. Last night. Oh, yeah. Wait, he's not just from IS3. He's also in Saltafire Novice, right? He, like, showed up. Wasn't he, he was introduced in SN, wasn't he? He also is in IS3 though. He's more in. Is he more influential in IS3 actually? He's one of the last bosses. He's really fun, except for the part where you have to keep him alive. We shouldn't be believing her to begin with. She went into the city herself. What if she makes a run for it? All the efforts and sacrifices that went into rescuing her and all our plans about her going forward will all go to waste. Oh yeah, clearly a snake. I like that they have her facing away, turned back, just so you can, like, see the snake tail. Cool. 9 was a former... She's wearing the reunion robes. But was she a part of Rhodes Island at some point? I'm trying to think what her story was, because she basically... I remember, even in the anime, I saw her in the anime and I was like, what did you do? She feels like my job here is done, and she just, like, leaves. She was LGD before, that's what it was. Was she the one that Chin took over her position? Or was she an underling of Chin's? Former chief of the LGD fortune. That's what it was. Okay. So, like, Chin and her had, like, a heart-to-heart at one point, and then she just left, and she was in the story until she brought back in, like, twice. Interesting. And so now she is taking over Reunion to, like, make a newer Reunion. And in doing so, she's gone and she's grabbed Tallulah to some end, which we don't know yet. They're kind of, like, sussing this out right now. She knows very well that she has nowhere to go. Besides, as long as you still trust me, I can guarantee you this. No matter where she goes, I will take her in again. Yo, what's up, Torn? Happy Tuesday. Happy Toyota Tacoma Tea Time Tower Defense Tuesday, Torn. Nice! Your name even works for that. I trust you, but that's based on everything you've done for us in the past year. You're not like her. You don't talk big. This is something that all of us liked about you. It's a good thing. And you should make sure you don't start picking up that habit. Are you worried I'll be influenced by her? Oh my god, you're right! She does have Medusa hair! Oh, that's actually a really cool design! Is this... Did 9 get in... Why did she have Medusa hair? She kicked out because she got infected, but Chin wasn't the cause of connections. Oh, Chin wasn't. Oh, so they had a heart-to-heart being like, I got kicked out because I'm infected, but you didn't get kicked out because you know Wei Yin Wu. And so that's why... So more than likely, that resentment of being infected making her lose her job was like, man, this is really fucked up for the infected. Reunion might not be doing it the right way, but Reunion has the right ideas. I'm going to try to join them now that they're all fucked and, like, reform it and, like, actually do it for the good, theoretically. And I wonder if this, then, her Medusa hair is a result of this, if it was something she already had, or if... Because whenever I see snakes, Especially in relation to Reunion, I think of the Deathless Black Snake, which, true to its name, I would imagine is not actually dead. Even though you kill it at the end of Chapter 8 in-game, it just left Tallulah's body, right? And it went back to being sitting on a chair in, like, Victoria or somewhere. Or Ursus. I think it's Ursus, technically. But then, do you think there's a connection there? That's interesting. It might just be a cool, like, we just want to look cool and they just added this, but that's cool. That's interesting. Torn Tuesday because of all that matters today. Congratulations, Torn. It's Torn Tuesday, which means you get to sit there and listen to Arknights, your favorite thing. I don't think that'll happen so easily. 9. A patrol unit is approaching. Stay hidden. Just as we predicted. In half an hour, the route won't be so safe anymore. She better come back in time. What's her power? They showed it in the anime. Isn't it like being untraceable? It's either that or it's relating to growing flowers. It's one of those two things. Because I remember that she controls plants! Hey! Okay, I got it. It was a 50-50. Because I remember that she walked away and there was plants underneath her. And so my brain was like, go plants, but part of me was like, but what if she's just really good at stealth and maybe the plant thing was just a bonus thing? Maybe she just had a teacher when she was younger whose favorite spell was the spell that creates a field of flowers. And then later on in Nine's life, she met a young boy in the woods who was afraid, and she, on a whim, decided to use the spell that creates a field of flowers to make him feel comforted and send him on home. And then in her future, that boy comes back and tries to recruit her to his cause, which is Reunion in this case. And part of the reason why is because he remembers that journey where she created this field of flowers to him, and they have a nice touching moment together for 10 years, which to Nine as a Medusa is not that long, but to him that's a pretty long time. Fast forward, I'm basically explaining the plot of Freer. Thank you, I'll be here all week. Interesting. So we do get more actually. Okay, they didn't just cut us off here. I thought, it's a really good show, Nukiashi. I'm sorry. It's such a good show. I still can't get over it. The entire first half of that show is the best thing I've ever seen. And the second half is pretty dang good too. And I'm excited that we're not in that city anymore and we get to do more stuff in the inevitable second season that will happen. And I just really hope that it has the same budget, if not higher. Because oh my god. Oh my god, immediate. Wait, did you do it at the same time? Oh my god, no shot. That happened so quick, I looked over and I was like, wait. Oh my god. Let's see how this works out then. Can you refund me? I will refund Nukiashi and Torn. Let me do that real quick actually. Manager war queue. Oh shit, I can't do that from here, can I? That way, only one of you gets the thing. And then... Let's see... Viewer awards? I think so. Channel points, manage channel points. Reward request queue. Cat. Let's see. Reject. Let me go. Where's the most recent? Oh, next page. Reject Nukiashi, reject Torn. Complete all the other ones. Same thing with head pack, complete all these. Let me actually clean up this. I feel like there's something to be said about the fact that looking at the queue, since the last time I refreshed this queue for my requests, there were 62 head pats, about 62 cats, 14 dragon installs. However, the thing that's really getting me is 62 head pats, over 100 head smacks. So it really goes to show you something, doesn't it? You get more flies with honey than with vinegar. Or I guess the opposite. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. My beautiful. See, I have such a... I'm developing, shooting myself with smaller bolts to get an affinity to bigger bolts. I'm getting hit with small wrenches to get an affinity to get strength against larger wrenches. It's all part of the game plan. In the future, when the wrench gets bigger, I'll be safer. Okay, now we get to finally see what they're talking about. By the way, what's up, spare parts? How you doing, Kit? Get here. Look at that, spare parts. Look at her. Cool, isn't she? Tallulah? Kolshelna. Couldn't have picked a more obvious name, could you? Cash. Oh, shit! It's him! Well, everything that I thought of... Woo! Shoot that out the window. Oh my god, I was so wrong in that 9 guess that I made. Holy shit. Damn, Cashier looks like that?
Names? Names are just a way to refer to people. If the sound of this name reminds you of a certain unpleasant memories, you can call me Fiolet. Never mind. Your name is of little importance to me. Just like your appearance. Your name is not worth remembering. Why have you come then, Tallulah? Because you want a definite answer from me? Because you want me to tell you that yes, Cashay has left your body and you're just Tallulah and no one else? In that case, you'll get what you want. I can tell you exactly what you want to hear right now. The question then is, are you willing to believe me? You want me to believe a black snake? Is this a new trick you're playing, Cashay?
You gave me more than enough information to find you in the shortest amount of time.
I can only assume that you were luring me here. Have you gone back to our home then? Our home, both yours and mine? That's not my home. It's nothing more than a ground zero of a conspiracy. A nest beloved of venomous snakes. That's an awfully hurtful way to describe it. But you read my letter nonetheless, didn't you? You remember the channels through which Duke Cashay received the Scales correspondence? Not even the secret police who took over the dukedom could figure it out. A letter sent 10 years ago, and its sender is tenured here at this college. I don't know if I should be gasping in admiration of how well prepared you are, or if I should be grateful that this channel stayed hidden for 10 years, while your scales have long been reduced to nothing. Does it make you happy that the territory has fallen to such neglect? Tallulah, under your rule, they could have lived a much better life. They shouldn't have been torn to shreds by the Fourth Army. Stop pretending you care about them more than I do. Tell me, what is there in this small northern town for you to willingly stay here? Cashay, if you remember correctly, you preferred cities further south. Not only because the air there is more humid, but also because lands where you cultivated generations of authority are more suitable for your scheming. But not the tundra. The folk here lead a hard life. They have plenty to worry about sorting out issues with their harvest, with their food and harvest. To them, the speeches you pride yourself on are like the artificial flower you wear. No purpose beyond aesthetics. Tallulah, Tallulah. What if I told you I'm here because your footsteps can be found in the tundra? I'd say you're feeding me a nonsense. The history of humanity is a history of struggle. You remember, don't you? You applied everything that I taught you through the years to your struggle. If you remember all of that, then shouldn't Tallulah, the fighter of the tundra, and Tallulah, the woman who succeeded the title of Duke, be one and the same to me? Yet you destroyed everything that I built in the tundra. Did I? Who do you truly blame for this series of fatal mistakes in your heart? If you actually thought yourself innocent, you wouldn't have needed 1.5 years to ponder how you should die. The very moment your head turns, you'll throw yourself into the next struggle. Tallulah, I know why you came to me. You want to use your judgment on me to judge yourself. You want to hear me repent so you can start repenting yourself. What you want is a tiny, pitiable bit of mental comfort. Go on. You want me to go on? I thought... You thought I would let you witness my fury? No, Casche. You don't deserve it. I've rehearsed everything you said up to this point, up to this very moment in my head. Down to the very last word. A year and a half isn't that short, and I had nothing to do while I was imprisoned at Rhodes Island. If you want to survey this meeting, you'll need to say something more original. If you want to survive this meeting. Have a good night, Torn. Thank you for popping in. Happy Torn Tuesday, Torn. Have a good one. Like Eka here. Name's just a way to refer to people, someone with an IQ a little too low. People die if they're killed. Very Japanese things. Very well. I can tell you've gotten more patient thanks to that period of self-imprisonment. But I brought up the tundra not because I wanted to provoke you. Take a look at the school. Look at the students' faces. They believe that the sunlight of May will melt the tundra snow. That should be a capital M if it's referring to the month of May. They also believe that Ursus, colder and harder than even the tundra, would change beneath their feet. So you're sullying their innocence with your despicable ideas. You think I'm trying to find the next successor among them? No, my dear. I'm just a normal university lecturer. The only things that I impart here are knowledge and ideas. I hold no authority or wealth. If they want authority, they can fight it for themselves. If they seek a conspiracy, they're free to find the most suitable techniques in my lessons. You want me to believe that the failure you experienced through me devastated you so much that you washed your hands of it all? Failure? I never thought of that as a failure. Reunion was not destroyed in the Turnabout Core City, and neither was Casche's plan. Right. You managed to stop Casche. The war he sought, the war that could have changed Ursa's history in an instant, never came to be. But Ursa still went on the trajectory that Casche had set for her. War is happening. The conflict between the council and the army intensified, and the will of the people is sparking new flames through each and every conflict. And I will stand atop the most fertile soil, sowing seeds to the best of my abilities. I will guide, or perhaps I should say, spur these revolutions to take root. I remember you once refuted the education of the masses as meaningless. If a ruler is so inflexible that she does not adapt to the changing tides, then she is undoubtedly following a path of destruction. You still see yourself as a ruler. I see. You actually haven't changed at all. I almost forgot you hated that word as much as you hated Casche's control. I told you long ago that I didn't care who was in charge. How many times has power changed hands since the Ursus took these lands from the Hippogriffs? Tallulah, you are me, and I am you. What we want is an Ursus that can yet spark fires from our hands. These fires will sooner or later engulf all of Ursus. No, not just Ursus. Victoria. And all the other countries will be caught in the flames too. When the fire is over, will these lands become more prosperous? Or will they be dealt destruction? Ursus has walked its first millennium. I will guide it down its second and third. This is the meaning behind the Black Snake's existence. The Black Snake is immortal not because I want to live, but because Ursus must live.
Interesting. What? Interesting. What? I said it to... Oh, shit, she's not dead? What happened in WTF Cats? I thought WTF Cats was before this. What is this? I thought we killed her. Or I thought we defeated her and she wouldn't show up again. But what? I guess... Wait. I guess part of this is that WTF Cats came out after this event. So is this the first time people have seen her? Like chronologically? Not like event chronologically, but like real life chronologically. Is this the first time you get to see Reed Sis? Just thought of something. What if the Black Snake is the Ursus Fernima? Ooh, good. I like that. Because the way that it talks about being eternal, and the way it talks about this is the meaning behind the Black Snake's existence, where it will be, it's not immortal because it wants to live, but because Ursus must live. I could see that. It's either Ursus's Fernima or maybe in some way the firmament of the hippogriffs. Unless that was, I don't know the lore entirely, so maybe the hippogriff one was slain completely when the hippogriffs took over, right? Or when the Ursus took over. But clearly there is some, it is very much like a godlike deity creature, or like a land god kind of thing. Yeah, like Yan obviously has the Sui. Victoria has like the dragon, I want to say the dragon and the lion. Wait, what I was gonna say, what are Casimiras and the Syracusans have Signore de Lupi. That's an easy one. What do the Casimirans have, and what do the Lithanians have? I was about to say Lithanians had the Witch King / the Twin Empresses, but that's technically not a Fernima, right? I'm trying to think what each country's one is. Yerga's Yer, that's an obvious one. Lithuania has the Emperor. You think so? Does that actually count? So he goes the wolves, yeah. Columbia has the owl. That's right. I forgot about the owl. I want to say Columbia's, and I was like, wait, Columbia's is too recent. Maybe it doesn't have one because it was born out of something else. But that's right. The tiny little owl that's sitting on like the vice president's shoulder, or on the actual like on someone's shoulder. It's that tiny little owl. Wolfwing's not Fernima. Okay, interesting. Emperor the Penguin is from Lithuania originally. Interesting. But Emperor the Penguin is the same type of thing that the Wolf Lords are. And if Nukiashi is right and they're not Fernima, then Emperor himself would probably also not be a Fernima. They must be something different. Is Fernima technically the correct word then? Because whatever the Owl, Emperor, and the Wolf Lords are, it's the same thing, right? And if it's not a Fernima, then what technically is it? Some other deity that's just of like a similar but maybe slightly less? Like, are they Eternals or Immortals or whatever? The Black Snake definitely feels more like a force of nature than something taken form like the Owl or Emperor. The Black Snake feels like, because it is like hopping bodies, and the way that it speaks feels very much more like a primordial being, more so than like the culmination of like a country. But maybe it's like it can still be the formation of a country. It can still be like related to Ursus, which it clearly, obviously it is related to Ursus, but like it feels a lot more almost villainous in its way. It's like, it's a lot, primordial is the only word I can really think to describe it as, just like it is of the earth itself, right? Like demigods, from his gods. Yeah, like demigods. Like it's very much like a land god type of situation where it's like, I control this land and this is my land. Okay, but we got what is her name? Elbana Banana. That's what it was. La Banana is here. The Aslan heir has returned to Londinium. So we know that the owl see himself as the son of Friston. What? Did they say that during Lone Trail? I do not remember that at all. And maybe they said that, but I never like put two and two together. Or if either way, that was like so long ago that I didn't, because I remember Calcit and Doctor meeting Friston like down below, and it was like that's crazy. And I remember like later on, oh yeah, it must have been like, because they meet, Calcit and the Doctor meet the owl like at the very, very, very end of it. And like that's when the owl speaks and you're like, what? The owl is speaking. And so it must have been during that. Among the owls and AI. Do you think going in on like Arknights lore, like deep Arknights lore, I know that Friston is an AI, and Calcit is also either an AI or something like, also like of the Watchers or whatever you want to call them. Like there was a super advanced race that came down to Terra and was like, this is a cool place. We're gonna put some like things around, some AI that's gonna like protect everyone, and we're also gonna like put a shield over this like place so nothing gets fucked up. And then they like left. So yeah, it would make sense that like maybe over the years that the AI like Friston like developed into things like Calcit, which have human bodies, and maybe also things like the owl, the penguin, the wolf lords, as like ways to intermingle and like be part of the world. It would kind of make sense actually. This might just be, this is a mixture of me spitballing and also knowing what little bits of lore I do know. Okay, so you have in the way back, right, there is Terra. And then you have these outer beings, we'll call them Watchers. I don't know what the actual terminology in game for them is, but someone came along and was like, hey, this place is cool. We want these people to be alive. We're gonna put some AI here to protect them and keep them alive, and we're gonna put an egg around them, okay? And then they left. And then I'm trying to think of that AI, right? It makes me think of like in a movie. You have an AI whose objective is keep these people alive, effectively. Do what you need to do to keep them alive, keep them safe, keep them protected, and maybe over time, let's say you have 12 of them. Let's say you have 12 AIs that are doing this all over Terra. Over time, do you think the Overseers for Sin 2? So Overseers. Does that mean, so Friston is under Columbia. Friston is basically an overseer of Columbia. Do you think that there are overseers in all these, like what is religion? Laterano? Isn't the Codex in Laterano, isn't that also the same thing that Friston is, kind of? Where it's like a primordial AI that's like overseeing the land? Am I off on that? I've never read a Laterano story. Mostly just because it's never lined up with me feeling like reading, even though that I really kind of want to. Yeah, the Law. Is the Law also a Friston-esque being? Because then that makes me want to believe that, say you have, again, I just spatball a number. It's a machine, but is it a Friston-esque machine, is the question. Is it a primordial machine, like, built from... Because they do mention, I do remember someone telling that the Law is, like, no one knows where it came from, it's just always been there. So that makes me think that it's, like, a Friston-esque thing, where it's, like, this is a primordial thing. Fell off direction that was a part of Friston's group. Yes, okay. Might be less advanced than Friston, or deteriorated. Deteriorated makes sense, because that's what I'm thinking. I wonder if, again, we're gonna say 12. There's 12 AIs planted all over Terra, and over time they evolve and develop, and they become disconnected from each other. And in doing so, they develop their own ways of thinking and their own ways of like doing things. And that turns into Friston and the Owl. It turns into the Law. It turns into the music of Lithanian, which then corrupts the Emperor and the Twin Empresses. It turns into, when we go back to Syracusa, there's probably like wolves going around, and the wolves are gonna be like, yeah, we heard this because of the wolf song, and the wolf song might be, you know, something that, again, this is an AI thing. Didn't read the last part of the Vivi event, right? The Vivi event. Zwillingstrom? I read the last part of Zwillingstrom. I don't know what happened to the last part of Zwillingstrom. I guess, okay, if it's the Empresses, technically I know it's just the one Empress now, because the other one went to go fight demons in the void. That's the part that I didn't understand. Like, I do remember that the cooler of the two Twin Empresses went to go fight demons in the void, which that's a whole other thing. That's like, Zwillingstrom was an event, man. It was an event. That was very Avengers level threat right there. Where that probably, it feels like that also has connections to Infield, right? The Law can talk by itself too. Yeah, that's what. So I'm thinking that every single one of these like areas has like an AI, like the Law, like Friston, like are you gonna say, like, Ben? Are you Ben telling me that, like, are you saying that like Lithanian what we see at the end of Zwillingstrom is like the Lothanian version of it. Do we see a machine? We don't see any machines. We just see like demons from the void, right? But yeah, so then I wonder if like Ursus also has one, and Ursus's AI has taken the form of the Deathless Black Snake, and like the Yan AI has taken the form of the Sui, which then the Yan AI also broke itself apart into the Sui siblings of, you know, Chong, Ling, etc. And so like it's all just proliferated down from this base AI, and it keeps splintering and fragmenting, and each AI is developing its own way of controlling the world. Isn't the blight in the upcoming event caused by demonic corruption as well? I think it was mentioned in the live stream. I don't know what that means, Klotz. I forget. I didn't watch the live stream. Wait. Oh shoot. Was there a code in the live stream? They did that last time. I guess they did it 2 times ago. I assume not. I think they just distribute it to everyone now. Oh my god, I didn't watch the live stream. Oh shoot. It was caused by demonic corruption. So I wonder if it's the same thing where maybe demonic corruption is maybe it's a virus. It's all the computer simulation. All these demons from the outer world are just computer viruses trying to mess with our AI. Damn, I can't believe Arknights is like 4D chessing me right now. It's like we're in the Matrix. Arknights is the Matrix. In thesis, done. Okay, last one. Executor alters Rubik's Cube as part of the law. Oh, really? And at the end of Zwillingstrom, it talked that it is going to be used as the Pope's cell phone. What? What did you mean by that? What? Do you, is that a joke, or is that a cell phones exist in Arknights? What did you mean by this? I actually don't know what you're trying to imply with this. Toss my jacket off real quick. Also, this Virtuoso's operator record ordered the Pope to do something. Interesting. So yeah, it's that kind of goes into my credence that the law is an AI type of overseer that wants to. All of these different AIs, all these different like overseers, have their own idea of how you need to protect humanity, or how you need to, like, you know, run Terra, and that is it's codified into being a country effectively. So interesting. The Pope talked to the Empress of Lithuania, remember, through the Rubik's Cube. Oh, okay. What does that have in relation to what I was doing, though? Is it just the fact that the law can, like, talk through people like that, which might be very demigod-esque in a way? It's still interesting. Okay. But I think we got it. Thesis is that we're living in the Matrix, and all these countries are run by AI. That's very conspiratorial. I love it. Make the T-Guys more docile. And then they turn into the Lateranos. What are they called? They turn into the Angels. But then some of the ones that don't get docile, they turn into the Sarkaz. Yeah, each AI wants to... Maybe that's also why... I know I said the last one, but maybe that's also why every AI... Maybe every AI is dictated to not just country, but a lot of the countries, most if not every country in Arknights is very homogeneous, right? Homogeneous. Where, you know, Laterano is all the angels. Ursus is mostly the bears. Casimir has horses and squirrels, I guess. I guess some of them are a little bit more, like Lithanian is the sheep and the goats. But I wonder if that's part of it, is that each AI not only is doing the country, but also in a way that, like, every version of humanity needs its own form of getting stuff done. Maybe they're, like, fighting each other. Maybe that's... You know how, last little tangent bit. So, do you know how, whoa, what am I thinking? An event, like, an event had this recently, right? But I don't know what it is. But cats and dogs are everywhere. Because they're, like, I don't want to say pests, but they can just kind of fit in because they're the everyday man, basically. And maybe they were... Do we know what galleons are? Because we know... Is it Gallia? Was that what it was called in this? No, Gaul. Do we know what Gauls are? Were they cats and dogs? Did they get, like, exploded? I almost spoiled something because it's too passionate with the lore. Alright. But no, last bit then. What I was gonna say is, do you think it's a battle royale? Do you think the AI is like, hey, you know what? We're all gonna take a form of humanity. We're all gonna like build it up. It's like the Seniority Lupi. That's what it was. I was like, what was the battle royale? The Seniority Lupi are already a battle royale in and of themselves. Do you think the AI that is inherent in every single country in Arknights is also basically doing a battle royale with making alliances, fighting each other, and then one AI will come out on top and be like, hey, we won. Let's go contact our watchers, our overseers again, and they can come back and like, we can go hang out again. Because the overseers came down and were like, hey, there's a lot of different stuff here. Which one's the strongest? That could be a thing. That's definitely a crapshoot on guesses there. I just like the idea of a battle royale, and the Seniority Lupi are really cool because of that. All right, tangent's done. Banana. The Aslan heir has returned to Londinium. It seems that way. The Sarkaz gave us this information in exchange for the Sarkaz messenger. We returned to them. In exchange. They're merely using us to escalate the scuffle among the dukes. It couldn't be more obvious, but we can also tell from their methods that the situation in the Londinium has changed, and the Sarkaz are anxious. Did the Sarkaz say anything else? Nothing useful. Ever since our spy's cover is blown, we haven't gotten much news from Londinium. That is a pissed off cat. Which is surprising, because the other cat's supposed to be the pissed off one. Unfortunate. Right. It's unfortunate. Fortunately, our losses are still manageable. Right. There is another piece of news that might be important. We caught wind of this from a Colombian arms dealer we've worked with. About a month ago, that organization called Reunion recovered their previous leader. Ooh. Dracos. You mean Tallulah. If all the information we received thus far is correct, she could very well be a Draco. Alright. And Dracos are Victorian. That's why this is important. Okay. I was wondering why they brought Tallulah back, why there's so much happening with Tallulah going on. Because I was like, the reunion arc is over. Why do you need Tallulah? And it's because she's a Draco, and Dracos are one of the, like, they're one of the races native to Victoria, and they have a lot of influence there. In fact, they're like the standard bog ones are like cats. Cats are like the Victorian one, but like Dracos, like cats and like lions. But Dracos are like the mythical form of them. It's like the special versions of them. So interesting. You having a laugh? No fun here now. Why would I do that? Give me a slap. I'm sorry. Smack me right now. Otherwise, I might think I'm dreaming. There's a wall over there. Knock yourself out. Try not to ram it so hard you knock it down, though. Otherwise, you'll have some explaining to do with the county's mounted police. I'm not sure what to say. Are you really so shocked? You're the one who's been going, leaders got to be alive day in and day out. But I thought I could... You thought she'd be waiting for you to rescue her somewhere. Uh-huh. But it's more of a surprise knowing she made it out. Thanks, Chen Chen. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met Rose Island. If I hadn't joined Rose Island, they wouldn't have helped me get her out. I'm so happy. No hugging. But I'm so glad. At the very least, a little less of a squeeze. Ugh. Wait, Shinshin, does that mean you're gonna leave then? You promised to help me rescue her, but she doesn't need me to rescue her anymore. Times like these, you think pretty fast, don't you? To tell you the truth, I've thought about it. Ever since I found out she escaped, I've been thinking of looking for her. Actually, I can kinda tell. Shin Huiche never goes up halfway. We've come so far and finally found ourselves some clues. Bagpipe, I'll get to the bottom of this with you. Until the day the Spectre Force is exposed for all to see again.
Only then will I do what I should have done long ago. I'll find Tallulah. Is Bagpipe also a Draco? What is Bagpipe? Question, because I think this is important. What's up, Punk? Happy Tuesday, welcome on in. Having a giraffe. Bagpipe and Shin bonding moment. It's very cute, the squeezing. Because then, part of the other reason I was like, why are Bagpipe and Shin, why is this an important combo? And now I know, because clearly they both have connections to Victoria or to other things. It's a Vuvir, which is a different, it's also a type of dragon, isn't it? Is a musical instrument? What's Bagpipe's actual name? Do we know? We probably do know her actual name. They probably said it. They might have even said it here. Not important. Fiona Young. What is Fiona Young? What is a Vuvir? Is that also a dragon? Because you have Lung, you have Draco, and you have Vuvir. Are Draco the true ones? Vuvir are wyverns. Okay, so. And Lung are not true dragons either. Okay, so Draco and Sui are real dragons. Sui being the true Eastern dragon, Draco being the true Western dragon. Vuvirs are wyverns, Lung are effectively like the Eastern form of wyverns, right? Lung are Eastern dragons, so what are the Sui then, Punk? Because I figured that the Lung would be like the equivalent of like a wyvern, with the Sui being like the big one. Because I imagine that Dracos are probably really, really important in Victoria and other Western coded Arknights ones. And so maybe that's why Tallulah being a Draco is really important. Because neither of those two are Dracos, but Reed is a Draco and Banana is a Draco. Sui or Sui? Sui or Sui? Got it. Completely different. Is the first one of Yad? Ah! Yeah. It's a special dragon. We'll put it that one. Fine. Whatever. Dang it. Oh, there's the Lung and there's the true Lung. That's what it is. Those are different. That's the difference. There's Lung and there's true Lung, which are, that's technically something different, right? Not important. I thought technically that the fragments of Sui, you know, Chong and Ling and all those, they were technically, I guess they technically are still parts of Firmament, so that, yeah, that gets a little bit weirder. Whatever. Bagpipe and Shin are classmates in Victoria University, roommates too, I think. That sounds right. I knew they were classmates slash roommates because we had talked about that before, and I knew there was like a connection, like that's why they're always together. Because that was brought up, I think during Chong's event. Do you see Bagpipe during Chong's event? Is that why? You see Shin during Chong's event. Maybe she like talks about Bagpipe at one point, and I was like, what's going on there? Or you see it like at the end of, no, you see it at the end of chapter 8, maybe 2. True Lung was the original Yanni's emperor back 1,000 years ago that won the grand hunt against the gods. I see. And so I wonder if then the Draco, I don't know why I'm comparing these two. The Lung are not important at all. I guess my mind is on the Lung and on the Sui because of the event that's coming up, but it's not important. The important thing is that Tallulah is important because she's a Draco, and Dracos are important because they're true dragons, which probably mean they have some kind of authoritative power because race. I don't know. The same way that like Siege probably has like power because she's a lion queen or something. Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Acton was known to give the true Lung the upper hand because he wanted to hold humans in debt to later lord over them. And then the true Lung was probably like, hey, wait a minute, you can't fool me, and then Gran hunted him into 12 pieces. Something like that. That's not important to the lore of the Black Snake, who's the Firmament of Ursus. Allegedly. Potentially. We don't know. All we know is that Kolshena. Think, Tallulah. Think with all the techniques that you learned from Cache, whether everything that I say comes from the bottom of my heart. No need. Will you kill me here, then? You had to avoid the Royal Guard's watchful eyes, so you don't have a sword. And so you must kill me with your flames. Will you commit such a horrifying crime in front of all my students, who have nothing but admiration for me? If I wanted to kill you, I wouldn't pick a method that would startle anyone. Don't forget, you taught me all of this. Will killing me satisfy you? If that doesn't give you the satisfaction you need, I could give you a second, if not third name. You're telling me that aside from you, there is more than one black snake within Ursus's borders? Oh, God, it's getting weirder. You can also think that I'm trying to deceive you to live longer. Your new body is fragile. It wouldn't take any more work to kill you than it took to kill that old Phidia. Oh, her eyes changed color! Oh shit, did you see that? What are you waiting for then? Quick, turn my body to ash and scatter it all across this dark hallway. Terrifying infected murderer reemerges in college campus. That's the headline that will don the front pages tomorrow. You wouldn't mind having that on your reputation. I should point out that I'm not afraid of the patrol unit, who will be here in 3 minutes either. But your new old friends who are waiting outside the city, they don't stand a chance against the Royal Guards. Even if they begrudgingly allowed you to return to Ursus because of those in control, they wouldn't tolerate murdering anyone on Ursus land. Cache. If the Royal Guards found out the immortal monster, the mastermind behind the Chernobog incident, was right here, do you think they would try to take me in, or turn their attention and blades to you? So, why haven't you killed me yet? So much stuff is going on in this little bit here. Toulouse is important to the Victoria story because her last name is Artorias. So what? We're gonna learn more about Edward at some point. I just wish it was now. Oh, Klotz, I think you almost spoiled me. Because my brain understands connections. Draco Royalists. I think at some point that it was brought up as well. Is that Victoria... No! It's in, It's partially from context clues, but there's also, I think it's... One event had some kind of special preview that talked about... Excuse me. That talked about the lore of Victoria. How there was the Draco and the lions. I remember this now. And so, did the Dracos used to rule over Victoria, and then the lions ousted them, the lions then ruled over Victoria, and then the lions got executed 20 years or so ago, and so now Victoria's just fucked. And now, is that... The question is, who is going to come out as the ruler of Victoria? Will it be the Draco lineage, or will it be the lions with Siege? Tell me Victorian lore if you want. Is that... All I want to know is, am I kind of close? Keep saying you missed a lot of context, but you haven't read it yet. In fairness, it didn't come out chronologically yet. So now I can read it and get that backstory. Because I feel like WTF Cats probably sets up more of this, so I understand more of this. But I don't think I need WTF Cats to understand what happened in the brunt of Chapter 11 or Chapter 10. But I'll probably want it in Chapter 11 going on with like the more stuff. I'm on the right path. Perfect. Victoria had Draco Kings. Then the Aslan showed up and said, "Let's share or else." That's what it was. That's in the lore video, the lore like preview video. Yes. Okay. Interesting. Where do the Tauren fit in that? Are the Tauren at all related, or are they just like a thing that was right next to Victoria that just got, Irelanded? As one originally in Sargon and Drake were in Victoria. Really? I didn't know they were originally in Sargon. I figured they were just like wandering or something and they were just like, hey, this seems like a cool spot. Let's take this. Why in Sargon? I guess culturally that makes sense though, because lions are not from England. That doesn't make sense. Lions are originally from, Africa. And the idea of... Because the lion is a symbol of, like, Britain in some way, shape, or form. I think it's from Richard Lionheart, right? And so the game is kind of taking that, like, as a tongue-in-cheek almost of just, like, yeah, the lion is not originally from England, but they've kind of adapted it.
Tarns are descended from the original Draco King in Victoria. Interesting. The Rita Blana story, which will be WTF Cats. Got it. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Snake. It's time. Did she really say it's time? It's almost time. Almost time. It's almost time. She's not back yet. 9. You're mistaken about her, aren't you? If she doesn't show up when it's time, all of you will evacuate as planned. And you? She's wearing my handcuffs, and that makes her my prisoner. I will take her in myself. Sounds like I saved you the trouble then. Tallulah. You're back. Not a minute late either. Is your business done? More or less. So? You want to know what I got out of her? I was going to spare your ears my long-winded grumblings. Good. You seem to have lightened up. You even found yourself a sense of humor. So, what about the evil god? Did you slay him? She said that's not who she is anymore. And you bought it? No. But I also am not the old Tallulah who would think that killing her would solve all our problems. I won't let her out of my sight, and when the time comes, I will kill her myself. But I have a weird feeling about this. A weird feeling. An immortal evil god will die eventually, but I won't be the one to kill her. Ursus will kill her. Even now, she thinks she can bend human will. We will prove to her, though. One day, the people will awaken and abandon the ignorant conqueror. And on that day, there will be no more black snakes in Ursus. What about now, then? Now, before we come back here for the last time, we need to visit Victoria. So, you've decided to come with us. I'm your prisoner. I have nowhere to go except with you. Besides, you said it yourself. The infected there are waiting for us. Tallulah's gonna pull a St. Patrick and get the black snakes out of Ursus. There we go. Perfect. Done and done. Look at that. Okay. We're not gonna start on this now because obviously, A, we're already pretty deep in there. B, there's a few other things we can do today. And C, we're gonna go from this immediately into a large event story next week. However, I'd really like it, based on this, there is probably no prelude, but I'm gonna click on it anyway, and I'm gonna see if there is a trailer. Is there? Oh my god, let's go, Klotz. That's what I wanted. Let's do it. Is that the night? The night of the tower? The Steam Night kind of related stuff? Oh, this is cool. Yeah, Chapter 10 had the singing. I was expecting that this one also did Klotz, but that's fine if this doesn't. It's going back in time. Is there time travel, or is this like a, Interesting. Oh! This is not Latin! I feel like I'm gonna fight the Steam Knight. I knew he's an enemy, but like this is very, very on the nose. This is cool. Okay, so it's Stainless! Oh my god, that's him! That's so cute! He's whistling his little song. What's he planning? Oh wait, I have an idea. I get it. I can't wait to explain what I think the lore is, what's going on here. Oh my god, oh this is so cool! Yo! Okay, yeah, no, that's it. Interesting. Okay, so It's like a dwarf. It's exactly like a dwarven forging song. That's so adorable. Oh my god, I love that. That was great. Okay. What I get from that is that a long time ago, as referenced in chapter 10, that there were like, you know, the Knights of the Tower, just like the Knights of the Round Table, just like they're a very important, like, hey, we're really cool knights because we're in Victoria, which is England, which is like knights are really cool, and they've referenced that the Knights of the Tower or the Steam Knights or whatever they were, there were just people inside them, but they were probably like really good suits of armor, which might have had like extra benefits along with them. And the intro of that trailer shows long ago with a Knight of the Tower or a Steam Knight or whatever you want to call it, and then the passage of time, it's kind of decayed, it's fallen apart, it's not important anymore, and they're smelting down the armor to make parts for the War Machine. We'll just say that at the beginning, where it's just the War Machine. And I'm wondering, based on the way that Stainless did the things, is that the very first spot that we see with Stainless, that is a Victorian forge, but one that is probably controlled by the Sarkaz or by some force of good, right? And that's why Stainless has to like go through the fan and like hide underneath, because Stainless is going to the true factory underneath. Stainless is like taking parts from the main factory and transporting them, like the parts in the above factory, they're smelting things down, they're turning them into parts for like the War Machine, which might end up being the Steam Knight that we fight at the end of the chapter, because I'm assuming that. And instead they're taking them, and Stainless is redirecting them to the resistance efforts where they're building a tank, which is pretty sick. That's pretty awesome. That's really neat. So this is gonna be more so, we're gonna be in central Victoria, in central Londinium, and we're gonna get a lot more like resistance, active resistance going on. I'm interested in seeing how the resistance is, and like how I want to see daily life here. The occupied Sarkaz factory to the resistance factory. Yes, exactly. He goes between the fan to like go underground, like in a secret area. Exactly. Drinking game for chapter 11. Every time Allerdale says fate, luckily with the rate that I read, I'll probably be fine unless she really just goes on a fate rampage at one point. We finally return to Mist. What's hilarious is that Victoria messed up themselves. Speaking of smithing songs, ever heard the Home Depot orchestral theme? What? No. What? The only thing I know about Home Depot, outside of the basic things that people know about Home Depot, is that I have been to the Atlanta, Georgia Aquarium, which was really fun. But fun fact, if you guys don't know what that is, one of the states in our great nation is called Georgia, and the capital of it is Atlanta. And I went there on vacation when I was in high school with my parents and family, and we went to like the Coca-Cola factory, because that's where that's located. So you get to go to the Coca-Cola factory, very fun. We also went to the museum there. We went to, the aquarium there. Georgia is also a country, but we don't care about that one for the purpose of this story. We care about the worst one. But in there's an aquarium, and Home Depot, which is a large construction, a large like home self-improvement, do-it-yourself construction store in America. They sponsor the aquarium. And so what I know about Home Depot is that they sponsor that aquarium, and that they have a 4D theater experience that you can go and watch at the aquarium, which involves you going and watching the life about Depot the fish. And at the very end of it, or at least at some point during it, they said, "We found your home, Depot," and everyone laughs because it's very ironic and on the nose. It's like Finding Nemo meets product placement, basically. It's great. Would not recommend it. Actually, I probably would recommend going to the aquarium. Wouldn't recommend going to the 4D show, because you get water spritzed on you because it's a 4D show. That's their idea. Link the theme in the Discord, and I can check it out later. Have a good night, Nukiyashi, by the way. Thank you for popping in. I hope you enjoyed our little our foray into chapter 10 there. We are in proper Londinium now. We have returned to Mist. There's a knight behind her too. That's cute. So this is gonna be all about like siege being stuff. Big Leo time? No, in fact, what we need to do first and foremost, we have to get our Degenbrecher 2. Perfect. I don't think I have enough to get 3. Don't have enough of these either. We'll hold off on that right now. Ah! I'm sorry. I want to take a small little breaky break because I just tangented a lot on reading. Because real quick, I think it's slightly more important that we do a little, I've been wanting to farm for so long. And I need to see what the hell this is at the very least. You can put in either one, honestly, Blammy. Either one works. I'll check either version of it. We finished Evans on. Now it's all siege from here. Interesting. All siege is going to be interesting. I don't know if I like that or not. I guess it really depends on how good the writing is there, which the writing's kind of like, because honestly, siege is all right. In the previous stuff, it's all right, but that was set up for her. So now that she's actually like, now that she might actually be a character, I might like it more. What I'm more interested in is I still want Amiya, I want Theresis, and I want Theresa. That's the core of the story for me, has always been Amiya. And whenever Amiya is not on screen, I'm always thinking, where's Amiya? But I want to see more of that. Siege is obviously really important, but I want them to get to the tower. When are they going to get to the Theresis tower? Send music so it'll be filed. It'll be filed? What does that mean, Ben? Is there a link? Future event data mines just drop and it just includes the new RSX. Nice! That for us, right? Because it already happened in CN. So this is like it's coming to us. We'll send in Discord. Let me see this. Arknights. Data mine just dropped, ladies and gents. And I don't care. I'll look at this. Spoilers if you care. No! No! I hate it. Throw it back. Throw it back. Keep this spoiled. I'm not going to show you guys this. This sucks. This is awful. I hate this. I don't like this. I didn't know this was coming back. Why? Why is this a thing again? Service crew, I hate to tell you guys this. I hate so much to tell you guys this. They're bringing reclamation algorithm back. I thought that thing was dead. I thought it was gonna stay dead. I didn't know that they were doing this. This is the worst Tuesday I've had in a long time. Oh my god. Ah! Don't you tell me you liked reclamation algorithm, Ben. It's permanent, so you don't have to worry about it as much. Okay, we're kind of back a little bit. And I assume there's still. I'm still confusing. What's locked behind it? Then what's locked? The Caper Skin, Summer Hoshi, and Kestrel. There we go. Okay. Caper, unfortunate. I actually have her. Depends how good the skin is. I don't know what it looks like. Summer Hoshi. That one is a pain. Luckily, I don't have Hoshi right now, so it doesn't hurt as bad. And I don't know who Kestrel is. But that sounds like a unit, and that's really unfortunate. But also, Kestrel makes me think that they're a primal caster, which that's a terrible, like, version of a caster, so I'm not that upset about it. Tan Fit Girl. What kind of caster is she? Is she even a caster? Kestrel sounds like a primal caster, and primal casters suck, so if that's the case, then I'm not worried about it as much. Only bad thing about the first one was it was only like 3 weeks. No, there was a bit that was iffy about the first one. I think I might, again, this is a, hold on. I need to use anti-schlock language here. It has nothing but flaws, and I'm the only one who understands this game. That mode stunk. I gotta be more authoritative in how I say this. No, but really, it's just not for me, I don't think. It's very... I like modes like IS that have, like, a good... Like, because that's what Arknights is to me. Where you get to go and you get to play maps and you get to structure it around the things in the maps. And Reclamation Algorithm throws all that out the window for some weird, like, collecting, which is just weird. It just doesn't... It just is not the kind of, like, the kind of gameplay that I like out of this game. Because it required you to, like, get a lot of, like, fast redeploys or at its base, it felt like you just had to get fast redeploys. You had to go to, like, 4 different maps, collect resources, and you could, like, build your base. And the base building part was kind of neat, but just everything else to do it was just, it felt like a time sink. It just was not fun for me. Is a Pioneer Vanguard 5-star? I assume it's a 5-star because it's probably a welfare. So in that case, luckily that is a bit unfortunate. Doesn't hurt me that badly because I already have Texas. I have Flametail. I have, are they my only Pioneers I have like leveled? I think they are. I have Courier and Fang too, I guess, but like I have these two, so luckily I'm not hurting for Pioneers. The Summer skin and the Caper skin though, those are the rougher ones. Did you guys like Tower Defense and Arknights? I like it when I don't have to build up my Tower Defense from nothing. I like if it just was the base building game mode without the farming aspect of it, I think I'd like it a lot more. But I can understand why it's difficult because like you have to get like what's preventing you from doing X, Y, and Z. Like honestly, Reclamation Algorithm is a game mode that I feel like in a year's time, some people might just be like, yeah, I play Arknights, but I only play Reclamation Algorithm. Because like it's so different than everything else. Like even secure, even Triple S feels more like Arknights than Reclamation Algorithm. Where it's like I feel like you could just, if you have a decent squad, you can just play that and nothing else in this entire thing. It's weird. It's a weird game mode. Okay, but no, to go back out, my pain and suffering aside. So after the Sui event, it looks like in the beginning of August. No, wait. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. August 7th, really? I thought, does it just open while the current event's going on, really? Interesting. Reclamation Algorithm on the 7th. Skins on the 10th, which are cool. It's a puzzle skin and the Harmony skin. Trials for Navigator is coming back on the 14th. That also seems weird. But then WTF Cats rerun. Hey, wait a minute. WTF Cats gets a rerun. So maybe we do a little, maybe we get to do, maybe we... Ben, what do you think about that? We can... Let's put a soft write down that we'll do it. Because it will depend on, okay, it reruns on the 21st. Let's look at the calendar. Why do they switch their schedule to be on Wednesdays now? It stinks. Trials is cool except for when it isn't. Agreed. You can say that for all of the game modes. That's true. It's true, Ben. But like more so. I don't know. I'm just being a hater. Record Restore for Guiding Light the same time as WTF Cats on the 21st, so that's cool. Then Rainbow Six in September 5th. And Operation Originium Dust is also predicted as running like a week or two later. But it doesn't actually have a hard date. And then CC2, Underdawn, is coming in the end of September. Interesting. Very interesting stuff. I can't believe Reclamation Algorithm is coming back, though. That is not a thing that I was ever expecting to see. I guess I was told at one point that it was coming back, but just... Ugh. All right. However, okay. Service crew. Let's go farming. I gotta do this actually real quick. Because I have to use my code to get in, right? So start, please enter your email. Send verification code. Dread Day Underdawn cons. Why? Just because difficulty? What is the current word through the grapevine on Underdawn? Also, what do you get from doing it? What's the skin or welfare op? Should be able to do this now. Start. Hey, there we go. Nice. Okay. Grain Buds. We're here, Shu. Good morning, Grain Buds. Oh, I see the boys came too. Great timing. Could you kids lend me a hand? I got some seeds yesterday and I want to see how they grow here. Sure thing. All right. So what is this? Since CC2 is on the way, build Lin or get a Lin friend. That's what it was. Okay. Literally every clear once Lin. Ooh, interesting. So Lin specifically, I can't use my newfounded goat to do it. Interesting. I think I know a few people that have Lin, so I should be good on that. I know Wisteria has a Lin because they use it for their weird knights clear, where like Norn and will attack knights clear. I've heard some seeds for you. Pick a few and plant them in the soil. Bag. That's not soil, that's water. I guess soil, this is like rice water, sure. Crop rice. Yeah, time to tree 8 hours. Wait, is this real-time hours? Oh, shoot. 40 units. So I click this and then click here. These are the plots we have going. We can hire some help to plow the rest of the land if we need it. Huh. That candleboy's really clumsy in the fields. Need us to lend a hand? I've never done this type of work before. You didn't even break up the soil yet. Your help is only going to create more work for us down the line. My apologies. I'll do that at once. Nice work out there, everyone. There are still other experiments to conduct, so I'll be counting on you for the next batch of tests, too. If you need more seeds, you can buy them from that new merchant in the city. I have some money here, but you can take the crops and sell them to the merchant if you need more. Who is this? She looks cute. He, she, they, them. Whoever this is looks cute. Web ends on the 25th of August, so plenty of time. Okay, nice. So even if it is real time, it's just a thing where you can like log in once a day then, probably, at worst. We should go around and help the others when we're free. I got a sack of radishes the last time I helped a neighbor with his harvest. So is this, oh, is this the thing where you help friends then? Other plots. So then is this it? I go to the store. Hello. I hear you sell seeds from out of town. Oh, did Shu send you? Yes, she says you buy local produce too. So we'd like to sell some of our harvest to buy some seeds. No problem. Have a look around and let me know if you need anything. You can buy seeds here. You can buy seeds you need here. So you can buy, you can sell. Oh, is this the turnip market? Is this the stalk market from Animal Crossing? The buying price for crops changes every day. You sell the crops you grow as well as buy more for the same price. So we just have to buy low and sell high. We can't possibly go wrong, right? Grain buds. The crops will spoil if you hold on to them for too long, and then you won't be able to sell them at all. Of course, you'll have to take some risks if you're aiming for a quick profit, but you can time your buying and selling to reap substantial rewards too. Okay, got it. So you can sell for this price. This is giving me like a price fluctuation. It literally is just the stock market from Animal Crossing. Nice. Taking this weapon seriously to the point that I have an Excel sheet. I saw you post the like bit of your Excel sheet before. My question is, hold on. Oh, but the yield is different. Okay. I was gonna say 100, but it sells for 28, but that's not how that works. This is you buy seeds, and this will give you like 40 of these. Or some large number like that, right? Because bag, yeah, interesting. 40 units. So then what do you do from here? You can harvest, but that'd be harvesting that, which is not, yeah, there's nothing ready to harvest. Harvest all is just fast. Spade will break up land, which I guess breaks up mostly this land, right? Sure you want to remove this? No. Warehouse? This is what I have in stock and how fast it's going to expire. Achievements, fresh farmland, story, done. Plant the other seeds. So by doing this, go to bag and then just do... So rice goes here, that's easy enough. Rice wouldn't be able to go on any of these, so it'd be this one. Crop wheat, which I would think goes, I guess it goes here and here. There we go, so buy plot, how do I buy plots is with a spade? Switch click, oh, it's just by clicking on them. The price change the same on both JP and EN. Sorghum, cabbage, and carrot price will go up tomorrow. Interesting. That feels so cheaty if that's how that works, though. Cannot plant rice, can only plant rice. Interesting. So patties are cheaper, you can only plant rice. Man, it really just depends on how these go. 369. Sprouted seed, harvest 8 crop tiles. Harvest 16 crop tiles. Get a total 20,000 LMD. Help a friend harvest 10 times. Harvest chili pepper. Harvest sorghum. Unlock all plot and harvest crops once. So I have 3,000. So I can buy 2 water tiles or 1 farm tile. I guess the best one is water for the price, right? Oh, I'm definitely doing that, yeah. Add that, add that. Here, you guys all put your stuff basically publicly in Discord. I can just add that right now then. Scroll up. There we go. Because you can have like 30 and I definitely have enough. Plot number... Oh shit, 34387. Raizune. And then... Do I just harvest all? Is that what you do? Follow. You cannot do that now. Alright, I'm done. I guess not. I guess that's not what you do then. Okay. Highs. 94034836. Is that right? Perfect. Harvest all. Cannot do that now. Fine. I guess because these are there's nothing ready to be. I can help harvest 5 people's things, but none of you currently have stuff that is budded out. Okay. That has fruited, that is ready to actually be harvested. I understand. Okay, bin 551185542. Follow. Hey, can I get that? Can I do that now? I cannot wait until I can harvest. You guys are shuddering. You guys are afeared of how good of a harvest I am. Celestine 760394141. Come on, come on, come on. Hey! These look like they're ready. Ha ha ha. Hurry up, Candle Boy. We're already done harvesting the rice on our end, and you're the only one left. I still have a few more to go. Need our help? No, you guys can go rest first. We'll ask around and see if anyone else needs help. Remember to come find us when you're done. All right. Aha! So wait, what did that do? Help, yes is... Help and yes, it's in quotes. Wait, for what? The, for this thing? Do you steal them? Is that what actually happens? Too bad to the other idea is good, but it should be add fertilizer or something to increase produce. So so you're not actually helping someone. You're just basically like you're profiting off their back is another way of like looking at it. If so, that's really unfortunate actually. You have an alt? Oh, hi, is you and your alt 6298. I was like, who is this? It is. Wait, you're actually stealing? This. So wait. You're telling me if Celestine logs in, they won't get those plants? Or will they still get the plants? If so, that's not stealing, that's piracy, and that's different. Mysterious 262162294. I think it's everyone. Let's cap on how low the yield can go. So basically, this really incentivizes you to like log in then, right? That's messed up. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh shit! When I stole from Celestine, I didn't actually follow them. Oh shit! Whoops. I literally took the money and ran. 7603941. You wouldn't download a rice patty. Oh, au contraire. Guess it's realistic though. There's a cap on how low the yield can go. So you take the yield from them? You like 2 out of 40 as an example. Interesting. I don't like that. That's really messed up. Here, let me also do, there we go. Tap to share. I don't know what will happen when I tap to share, so I'm gonna do this real quick just to make sure that, I assume we'll just pull up in a different tab, but I don't know that, so. Long press to save image. Wait, what long press to save image. Where's that gonna save it actually? Whatever, I can do Windows keys, do that. Bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. We're gonna take that back on because there was nothing here. Boop. So that should be fine. You don't actually have to share, just press the button to save image and it counts. It says long press to save it. And I think it's working. I'm gonna complete these 4 steps, now's the time. Nah, I'm good. Tap to select physical paper, nah, I'm good. It sounds like that is strictly unoptimal. The, oh, yes, sharing it? Because they'll take your yield? It doesn't, it's a weird. I don't know why they did that. Can't believe you would steal from a loyal viewer like that, Ace. No one tells Celestine that I took their rice. Look, service crew, you're complicit in this crime with me right now. What Celestine doesn't know won't hurt her. All of you did good at harvesting. It's just a shame that they just didn't check in. And look, we take this to the grave with us, all right? You guys can also go steal from them. It's fine. I won't tell. I did nothing. You just sat there and watched it happen, though, Blammy. You're complicit in this. You could have stopped. You could have been the voice of reason, saying, "Ace, no, don't touch Celestine's crops. She worked so hard for those." But no, you sat there and you rubbed your hands together and you were like, "Oh ho ho, I'm gonna get him." I heard the crime. I saw nothing. Tell that to the cops, Blammy. I'm gonna tell them that you did it. Oh my god, I'm a villain. Oh my god, I need to plant more crops and I can't share this because I can't long press. Why can't I long press here? That's actually crazy. And I don't want to hit these buttons because it will pull up like things. I can do this later off stream. Game ID. Oh, I probably don't want to click on that. That might be a specific thing. Wait, no, is it? No, wait, what is it? No, oh, is that like a robust seedling? Oh, nice. I'm here to help. I'm here to air quotes help. Rice gonna take like, so everything's gonna be air. So like when I wake up tomorrow, I can harvest, assuming that there's still some left. I know like half of you are on the other half of the world. You guys are gonna be like, oh boy, 6 p.m. time to steal Ace's crops. Gonna wake up to pittance. See if a 30k works. It didn't works, unfortunately, Ben, because I don't think it's saved anywhere. It's 30k on the in-game, not for the wait. Oh, in-game. Oh shoot. That means nothing to me. Well, no, that still means something to me. That's not a bad number. So is that it? That's the game, right? That's actually unfortunate. I was hoping it'd be on to here. I kind of like care about that more. I can sell the crops. Hold on. What's my warehouse right now? 7 days, I assume? Yes, 7 days. Okay, so I get a week to sell it now. This really is just the stock market. So I have these two. The price for this has gone up a fair amount. Let's see. I'm gonna stand up and pace around and drink the last bit of my peppermint tea, Blammy. So, service crew. As you all know, I have never been in an economics class in my life. However, I have seen, I have played Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I've done the stock market for like 2 weeks. That was it. So I know how the line goes, and the line goes up. Except for when the line goes up a lot, then the line will go down. But we don't care about that right now. The line's gonna go up. So right now, I know for a fact, I know for a god dang fact that we have, look at this graph. Not even once it was required in my high school. Maybe in high school. I think I took one, was it economics? I took a class in my senior year of high school that talked about stuff. But I don't think I've ever taken a hard economics class. The closest I got was, yeah, in high school. I think we took one near the end that was kind of financial responsibility more so, but it was actually a really good class. It was actually a really good class, mind you, but like, I wouldn't call it like, I didn't learn about the stock market or anything like that. You could have cheated with one of the accomplishments by buying produce and then sold immediately saying you earned 2K. I'm an honest farmhand who steals from other farmhands. I don't cheat the government and the stock market because the IRS will get on my ass. But I can cheat my fellow man easily. I have no conscience. Oh my god, I'm going to hell. School had a required personal finance class. Mine was probably something similar to that. I don't know if it would go as far as to call it mine personal finance. It was more just like, here's some general things that are probably good, which I guess that is personal finance, probably similar. Did take accounting class in college. Oh, I didn't take that. I just read the finance class that I took was part of the reason I have a credit card now, because it was just like, yeah, if you just get a credit card and just pay it off and treat it like a debit card, it's actually really good for your credit score. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I'm gonna do that. And I've done that, and I'm pretty sure I have one. Sewing bro. Wait! Oh my god, wait! Are we gonna get 2 Sui next? Are we getting 2 Sui tomorrow? Oh shit! I didn't realize. He's in the promotional art, isn't he? I thought there were 2 shoes and I was like, why is there a boy shoe? But this is the other bro then. Oh shit! Yo, new brother just dropped? Okay, back to econ though. The line goes up. And as you can see from this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different quadrants, and all of these started in the first quadrant, except for carrots and red hot chili peppers. But these are cheat items. That's who is. I could have bought red hot chili peppers. Takes 12 hours to mature. Oh shit, I spent all my money already. I can get some money back by selling things. Do I really want it? 300. Ooh. This is interesting. Reading Wait Sheep Bro next year, whatever, how you pronounce it. We're getting the Go Brother. Really? Do you know the story of the new event already? Because that seems early, isn't it? Because there's 12, right? 12 total, and one of them is dead, so we're not getting them. And we have 5 now with Shu, 6 if we count this guy, dead one, and then Wei Chi. That's so the 5 we have. This guy, dead one, Wei Chi. That's a total of 8. Where are the other 4 coming from? Do you think they're really gonna jump the ship and just give you the? Because Wei Chi is like the villain one, isn't he? I figured he'd be like one of the last ones to go. Dang, these red hot chili peppers and carrots though. I have these 2. The line is definitely gonna go up. I'm expecting wheat to go to like 2 tomorrow, and no, wheat's gonna stay at 1. Wheat's actually gonna flatten out a little bit. This is gonna jump to 2. So I'm holding on. I'm hodling right now. You can actually buy the mature crop itself? Oh shit, I didn't notice that. You can legit just buy and trade stocks. That is actually insane. Interesting. I have no money, so unless I want to sell my, what would it be? I have 1 and 4. Where's my warehouse? No, I clicked the warehouse, come on. 1 rice and 4 wheat. 28, and then 4 wheat would give me 30. These would be like a little under 100. This is gonna be 124, 128, right? 128. If I want to do that, I can only buy one of these 2, which is already what I have right now. And I can't really plant anything because of the way that I already have it set up. And buying a plot costs a lot more. It costs 2,500. Yeah, I guess for right now I just don't do anything. I just sit on my goals, and then tomorrow I can sell a lot of crops. Interesting. Yeah, I guess this is a pretty just lax event that you just kind of like log in, you do, then you're done. Okay. Let's close out of this. Go back to Arknights. Perfect. Okay. Now then, let's do this. Gravel.
长官您好，龙门消防署警员阿夏向您报道。
That is in fact the plan, then. We'll read 1, maybe 2 of Iglio, depending on how long it is. Snipers are whole. This is Say Hello to Jessica.
Are you, Doctor? Nice to meet you.
Because unfortunately, the IS update doesn't drop until tomorrow as well. Every cool thing is happening tomorrow now, and I don't know why they switched their rollout schedule to spite me specifically, but that's fine. They can do that. That gives me an entire week's worth of like people doing this before me and just being like, Sarsky, what do I do here? Medic starter, DP recovery, defense slow, nothing. Defender, medic, vanguard, DP recovery slow, nothing. I always think that these two are a thing, but they're not. It's vanguard and healing. So yeah. Wow, those tags sucked. Let's go here. Do your crew before rest. The pool will get updated and your tags will be refreshed. Ah, gotcha. Well, done and done, and I got absolutely nothing for it.
Ohayo, Doctor.
Let's see, everything's good here. Everything's good here. Oh yeah! Wait a minute. Okay, one last thing. I did say we only did a single pull last week. And Fartooth and Cement are both operators that I really wouldn't mind having on my squad. And I don't really... If I get Shu, if I get Zhou, I'm happy, but they're not needs. So basically, whatever I'm doing, I'm just throwing stuff at the wind. So let's go for this 9. Service crew, if you would like to bet, please guess where in the next 9 rolls I'm going to get this. I'm going to say I'm getting it in the... I think it's going to be high. It's not going to be max. I'm going to say the 7th roll. No, 8th. 8th. I'm calling it 8th. Locking it in. I have, what, 1, 2... I have 3. 3 of these, and we have to burn, what, 600 times 6 at worst. Yeah, we'll be fine. Perfect. We have just under 50 rolls when this is done. Unless this is my 6-star right here. What can I say? What can I say? Sometimes you just get that Fartooth. Sometimes you just get that Fartooth. Kinda wish this was Cement, but I'll take it. I can now shoot things in an infinitely far line. Kinda wish that was Cement still though, but I'll take it. Do I have... I do! We'll pump her up to E160 then. E180, excuse me. Did I say next round? Yeah, she's a competition knight in Casimir's, isn't she? Is she part of, Flametail's group? 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Done. Dun dun dun. Yeah, Piney Sylvan. Oh yeah, it's right there. It even says it. It's in the it's her little logo up there. She's not a squirrel though. What is she? She's a bird, but like what type of bird specifically? I guess a hummingbird? No, that isn't. Hummingbird is Flint. Did I swap her to this for now? That's better, but once I can get her S3, which... Ooh! I'm poor. Oh, shit. I forgot. Some kind of hawk? That kind of makes sense, like as a hunter. Hey! Look, I got some money. Ha ha ha! Thank you for participating in Shu's experimental plot event. Please check and claim the rewards you receive from the event. Don't mind if I do. Guess who just basically doubled his money? Damn, I'm poor. Oh shit, I gotta stop doing that to operators. Northern Goshawk? That is, it has hawk in the name. That is in fact it. Perfect. We got this. This is done. We have 0 of that. We have finished every IS-3 we can. We finished every IS-3 and 4 we can. We still need to do this at some point, but I don't want to fight a bear right now. IS-2 is the hardest IS, and I will not be told otherwise. Just because of those dudes that have a lot of health and can like just nuke you. Okay. But, as promised, we're going to spend the rest of this as much as we can. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ben, I want you to know how much I respect and care for you. Because I'm buying information fragments at this store. Whew. There we go. My red search. That could have been a caper. That was just under the price of a caper. Fight the bear for our amusement. You will get your bear fight eventually. Maybe. Spies? No, spes. Memoria. Valorum. Cogitatic? What, how do you say this one? What is this one? Do you like Latin? I'm learning that no, I in fact do not like Latin, Punk. Great question. What's up, Doc? Happy Tuesday, welcome on in. Anterior, I know that one. That's one that we say in America. I read that as Pingus. What is Pignus? Oh my god, I thought this was YouTube poop for a second. I thought it said Pingus. God. Reckon you buy a few of these from the next vignette shop. Yeah, I probably should buy a few extras in the future. Uh-oh. Sir, screw, my thing is red. Am I fine? Am I still coming through fine? I dropped like 300 frames there, but I think I'm mostly fine. I can't believe they put Pingus in Arknights. Dr. Robotnik, get your heart out. Pingus Symmetrius! We did it. We found the joke. That's a good one. That's the Arknights YouTube poop right there. You have Fart Tooth in Pingus Sylvestrius. Oh, I have such highbrow humor. All right, but we've record restored this. I get a skin. I didn't think this actually. I thought that nice. We got a province skin. We got a lot of other things. That's good. I don't like this skin. This is a good hood. We had our hood tier list like forever ago, right? This is a very good hood. I like that dog. I like that dog a lot, actually. I liked her hair more flowy. I'm actually not a fan of hoods a lot of the time because I like hair being flowy. But this is a good hood. It's cute with this, but this dog is adorable. That's a hood that I would like to have hood down. Everything else kind of basic black stuff. Hood and belly. Belly's nice. Belly is appreciated. With that, let's see. Cyberwolf. Such a way with words. His name is Mr. Grape. No shot. It's called Mr. Grape. That is the most adorable name I've ever heard for a dog. Holy hell. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Grape Coon, let's go. Grape Coon passed away when his waifu penguin died at that zoo forever ago, but he lives on in our hearts as a wolf. That's awesome. All right, Viglio. The story of the doctor before the doctor is my understanding. The doctor before he got amnesia and he got his brain hurt. Let's find out just what this is about. 5:20 p.m. Clear. Columbia City. Toronto. The name's Dylan. Rhodes Island Lotto aircraft pilot, and I'm currently running pell-mell around the city. I should be sitting in the cockpit of my aircraft, joystick in hand. The only things I should be facing down are turbulence and terrain. Instead, I'm clutching one half an automatic assault crossbow in my hands, and hell, first time I heard of this model was earlier this morning. Just half of it is damn heavy. Palms are all sweaty. I have to stay. If I have to end up in a war zone, I sure as hell shouldn't be on the ground, let alone in some dark alley in Colombia. Just hope to God that my enemy isn't. Ugh. Dylan, I got my hands full over here. Can you help me out and tell me what it says? It says police. The police of Toronto. He started it. But it seems probably not the real deal. Real bot shop if I've ever seen one. At least he looked the part. Pretty much the same as the guys up on the roof early this morning. Better than the ones that didn't have the uniform already. So, let me ask this question again. What kind of cops wind their automatic assault crossbows during questioning? Colombian cops? Very funny. You know he's not a cop. At least, not the kind we're used to dealing with. I lift my eyes to cast a glance at the black-clad man collapsed in the alley, and then lower my gaze again to the half a weapon in my hands. It was pointed straight at my chest just a moment ago, but now it's smashed into 2 pieces. This policeman is unconscious. If Blaze remembers the doctor's instructions when she struck, then he should still be able to cling to life. The Rhodes Island team arrived in Toronto yesterday. No matter how many times I experience it, this kind of speed always surprised me as a pilot. Rhodes Island is in the process of steaming to the Grand Night territory, and we've crossed over the entire Western Wastelands by air. The entire Western Wastelands, I say. According to the plan, after Ami and the Doctor finish their business, we'll take the same route back to Rhodes Island. The Grand Night territory might not have finished its urban subdivision assembly at this time. All I know is Rhodes Island was invited to visit during the Casimir's Major, but I'm in the dark about when and why. But anyway, the sooner we can head back, the better. If one's in such a hurry, I wouldn't mind taking a few days off to chill in the metropolis, but after this, I'm not in the mood for that anymore. Interesting, Silver. Is this is this before or after the Doctor got amnesia then? Like, I know the entire thing is supposed to be before, but like, is this after? Because they're talking about going to the Casimir's Major. Unless that was planned before the Doctor got amnesia, then he got amnesia, and then like they didn't go until afterwards. Because I thought the entirety of like Near Light and that story was one of the first stories that happened after the reunion incident, right? Did I reference something by accident? Wait, what did you read by accident? The Pingus? Is that what you're going with, Wisteria? Because that's what I was going with. With the isn't Pingus Dr. Robotnik as a YouTube poop, right? Or was that a reference to something else that you were talking about? The scene is before Near Light. Okay, so yes, this is like not in media res necessarily, but like this is more up to date, yeah. Oh, the way with words? How did I... Such a way with words. Isn't that, that's... The one that I'm thinking is SpongeBob when Gary is on stage doing, like spoken word? And I think it's Sandy Cheeks, actually. I thought it was just a random fish, but I think it's Sandy that says, he's such a way with words. I don't know a good Sandy, because I haven't heard her in, like, forever, but that's, I think, the one that I'm thinking of. At least now. I don't know if I originally referenced it a different way. Are we safe? No, not until we leave Toronto. Maybe not even until we leave Columbia. Check for me if he's still breathing. It'd be nice if you made sure he kept on breathing. All right. This is my first time seeing such a powerful automatic crossbow. Are these weapons common in Colombia? Automatic weapons like that are a Colombian specialty. I wonder how the Doctor's doing. As soon as the raid started, the Doctor and Ami left in a car. No clue if the autopilot systems that Closure was fiddling with will work, though. What a disaster. Even those two got caught off guard. They're only human after all. Sometimes shit happens. They took over the hotel and seized all the drug samples we kept behind. Whatever, we can worry about that later. We've got to think of a way to get out of this city safely first. Okay, so they're stuck in the city. Some stuff happened. We've lost everything, but you're still not standing by my side. Then, what has it all been for? Just to leave the faintest sliver of hope? But hope. Hope. Don't you know that hope is a cruel thing, indeed? When you realize it can't be undone, when you realize you're powerless, when you find yourself nothing but desperate, hope is enough to drive a perfectly good person mad. But you want to say something, but you can't move your body. You seem to be drifting into the void. Everything before your eyes so familiar and yet so distant. These are a part of your memories, floating alongside you like fragments.
Like this, you continue to drift with your ceaseless thoughts, watching the familiar woman before you gradually fade away. You open your eyes, and before you stretches an endless rocky desert. You see a strange, ugly iron bucket helm. A peculiar man seems to be looking your way, but you cannot see his expression through that rough bucket helm. Hold on. Sorcerer, I just realized that I'm out of tea and I don't have my water bottle with me. Give me like 5 seconds. Ready? Start counting. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 7 Mississippi. 8 Mississippi. 9 Mississippi. 10. See? 10 seconds, like I said. I'm back. Oh my god, I needed that. I took like 2 fake drinks from my teacup and I was like, there was nothing in here. Okay, so Columbia event happened in like present day, and because of that, Doctor is having flashbacks. Give or take, like something like flashbacks is happening. That's what it is. Okay, interesting. I should not have ran for that. 10:43 a.m. Clear. Gaspar Wildland. Good. Oh my god, it's Knot! Holy hell, I was not. Oh, okay, I'm back. This event's great. This is the best event ever. Holy hell. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, friend. Can you talk? You? Who are you? Where am I? The friend awakens, little rabbit. Doctor! You feel someone tightly embrace your waist. But before experiencing this warm embrace, the cold, hard touch of the rocks behind you and the throbbing pain in your head remind you that all is not well. I'm so glad. You're awake. I didn't know what I would have done if you didn't wake up. How are you feeling? Does it hurt anywhere? I'm fine. Just my head hurts a little. But nothing serious. I'm not that frail. Doctor, you should still be careful. You're not in the best shape. Worry not, little rabbit. There is nothing wrong with this doctor. At least not physically. On a spiritual level, however, one cannot say. You were mumbling a great deal in your slumber, but before you complain, I did not listen closely. Who are you? Ah, pardon me for not introducing myself. As you can see, I'm a merchant. You can call me Knot, or Mr. Goodenough, should you prefer that instead. To be honest, friend, that display you put on earlier was simply too exhilarating. It's not every day one sees someone perform originating arts while flying off a cliff. A most excellent show indeed. Off a cliff? What were we... There might have been a problem with Closure's autopilot system. This should be Columbia's Eastern Wastelands. If we wait here long enough, we'll find Jessica and the old man with her. Oh, sick. That is correct, little rabbit. This is the Gaspar Wildland, and you two are quite fortunate. Fortunate? Yes, yes. Quite fortunate indeed. 2 kilometers further south is a poisonous swamp, and had your car gotten stuck in that, good luck getting it out. I wonder how the others are doing. Where are they? The other operators split off on their own. I'm sure Blaze is taking good care of them. But we can't get a hold of them or any other branch offices. Wait, what about the communicator? What about the provisions? We left it all on the bad guy. Soul bad guy? Not just the communicator. We didn't even have time to pack food or water. Sounds like a desperate situation indeed, friends. But there is always a way, if you don't mind. Might as well. I'm quite familiar with this area. I can show you to the nearest messenger outpost where, should all go well, you'll be able to contact your friends. Who attacked us? An excellent question indeed, but the only ones who could answer it are no longer able to speak.
The bucket-headed man points to a nearby cliff where a unique-looking armed vehicle is emitting a thick black smoke. By the look of things, it's been wrecked for quite some time now.
Mercenaries. They've been chasing us even after we left the city.
Dedicated to their job, dedicated to the point of giving up their own lives. To be frank, Colombian mercenaries range from peerless to useless, and the ones with the resource to hire such dedicated mercenaries can be counted on one hand. They seem to have taken quite an interest in you, friends. How exactly did you offend these great moguls?
So it was them.
So, Miss Amia, you really unwilling to consider the offer? In Colombia, you'll be hard-pressed to find a more suitable partner than Mama John's. We can provide fairly favorable terms for Rhode Island's drug sales.
Thank you for the generosity, but we're only here for technical exchange. Rhode Island has no plans for any deeper level commercial cooperation. And the oropathy analgesics we bought are still undergoing trials. These are more of a proof of concept than a finished product. The process of researching and developing oropathy treatments is long and complicated, and in these areas we still have many opportunities for cooperation in the future.
Many opportunities for cooperation in the future?
They planned this from the very beginning.
Should we contact the police first? Police? Friend, you don't seem to understand where you are. Mama John's is the largest firm in Toronto. The chief police boasts of his connections to their corporate leadership in order to display his status. I suggest you change your mind. The fact that they dared to steal your goods in the urban core means that from the very beginning they never thought anything of you.
It's all my fault. I bought into their talk.
Don't blame yourself. Nobody could have expected them to be like this. No, Amia, I'm just as responsible, Amia. I should have known. Mr. Goody. What is it, Miss Rabbit?
You just said you could take us through the wastelands, right?
That I did say, Miss Rabbit.
How do you plan to do that? Were you a catastrophe messenger?
This is nothing you need to concern yourself over. I've plied my trade in the wastelands for many years, and that has given me a knack for avoiding catastrophes. Of course, I do ask for a small guide fee. 2 refined originium ingots in this case. Not too much to ask for such a situation, yes?
We only have Colombian gold certificates, and won't be able to pay you until we get in touch with our ship. Is that alright?
No problem, my friend.
Doctor, what do you think? We could also figure a way back into the city to meet up with Blaze and the others.
It's too dangerous. Looks like we don't have a choice. The gentleman seems to have made a choice for us, right? That is scarcely the case. We always have many choices at any point in our lives, but of course, we tend to pick the best one from the available options. I hope we can have a, fruitful relationship in the coming days. Of course, my friend. I trust that this will be a most enjoyable journey. The TV! My favorite TV. It's back. By the way, while I was doing Kanat there, I just remembered. They're adding Kanat as a playable, deployable operator. They're adding him as a merchant operator. That's so good. I forgot all about that, but it was when he was talking about the 2 refined originium ingots. He's basically asking for his DP cost at that point. After he gets his module, of course, but 5 hours later. As I said, bandits are not the biggest threat in the wastelands. I once knew the most courageous local. He even...
Doctor, give me your hand. We're up.
How many hills have we crossed?
This is only the second one, Doctor.
Oh no, what did I say? I really let myself go. Yeah, I would have said that.
Doctor, sit down for a minute.
Friend, at your speed, we'll be on the road for at least another whole day.
The doctor might not be able to maintain such a brisk pace.
We can slow down a touch, but
Why can't we go a bit slower?
even as a merchant of the wastelands, there is a limit to the amount of food and water I can carry on me. If we slow down too much, we will inevitably run into a supply shortage.
If that's the case, Mr. Connaught? Is there a forest nearby? I've heard of an oasis in the wastes of eastern Colombia.
There is, but what use is it? Oh no! Ben, do you not do spoilers? Okay, we cannot. An apology for bargaining with him while trying to get IS4 inning 3. Have you ever beat Connaught? I don't think I have. I've tried it like only like 2 or 3 times, honestly, because I usually don't ever feel that bad about like I'm never like needing that badly to get items. And the 2 times I think I've tried, I did it way too early, and I just like got like attacked for it, like because I didn't realize that Connaught doesn't move. He just like shows up, buffs a lot of enemies, and leaves. And so like my entire strategy like fell apart the first 2 times. Didn't know Connaught is now a unit. Yeah, do you not mind about spoilers then, Ben? Yeah, because I think they added him as a merchant recently. I don't think I'm lying. I'm pretty sure that was a thing. Is that he's a new merchant operator that's coming out, you know, I think it was like really, really recent. So like within the next like it's gonna be like in 6 months from now, something like that. Beacon is an important part of floor 6. Really? You think so? Just to get the extra buffs and whatever he has? The only time I did floor 6, I did it the first try because I got other cracked out items. The item that lets everyone in a 3x3 area be what is it? Camouflage, disguised or whatever. It's super good. Oh, that's Tin Man. Oh, Tin Man. And he's an alchemist. That's, oh my god. I'm so sorry. It's Tin Man, different one. Different IS operator. Because Tin Man, to me, is also an IS operator. He is Hull's ex-boss, but I always think about him because he's in IS2 when he's like sitting next to a fire. Oh my god. I got 2 buckets of bolts mixed up. I'm so terrible. I cannot. I'm so sorry that I got you and Tin Man mixed up. Dang. I could have sworn I was like, yeah, it's Connaught and he's a merchant and all this stuff. Like, holy hell. Look, when Connaught becomes a merchant in the future, you're welcome. Because that was clearly all me, and that's not something that they would have done beforehand. Alright. I was wrong. My bad. Night, above the wastelands in a dark mountain pass. A tongue of flame consumes dry branches, and the sound of a wooden spoon taping across a bowl echoes across the canyon along with Amiya's humming. These vegetables, as well as the mushrooms here, are pretty much all edible as long as they're cooked through. This kind is slightly toxic, but can still be eaten in an emergency. I should have given you more credit, Mr. Rabbit. To be honest, most friends from the nomadic cities have no sense of how to survive in the wilds. Many I know will never once step foot in the wastelands. And I see that you have a decent survivalist skill set. Where are you from? Rimbillinton? I would not be surprised if you were in fact from Rimbillinton.
Actually, the doctor taught me all this a few years ago.
Huh? I did?
Yeah, back then. Oh, what is this?
This is the first time that I think I've seen this CG. This is cool.
Doctor, are these edible?
These vegetables, as well as the mushrooms here, are pretty much all edible as long as they're cooked through.
Those were trying times, harrowing times, but they were also good times.
Seems that something is stirring in the back of your mind, but it gradually blurs out. You try to recall that scene again, but the vague memory is like bubbles that occasionally rise to the water's surface, only to disappear just as quickly.
Doctor?
Is this something that happened before, then?
Ah, it's nothing. It did happen a few years ago, but it doesn't matter if you can't remember.
She lowers her head and continues to stir the bowl, but the smile on her face seems somewhat lonelier. Ahem. I must also say, you've chosen the most prudent location to make camp. Even though we've made a fire, our position is not easy to detect. Are there any bandits around here? Bandits, bounty hunters, and countless rust hammers. No shortage of annoyances in this land.
Rusthammer. I've heard the name before. They're a group of vicious marauders, right?
That description would not be a very rigorous one. Rusthammer is a loose organization and is made up of various smaller groups. For example, there is Fiend's Gang, made up of Sarkaz, and also a group of strange folk who worship catastrophes as gods. I think they're called followers of the Archosaurus or something.
They worship catastrophes?
Followers of the Archosaurus? What a crazy bunch. I heard something about a Rusthammer gang in Sargon that called themselves Archosauria Devils. They seem to have been searching for an Archosauria war god with massive horns on its head.
An operator from Colombia once told me that the Rusthammer used to be just a few small scattered groups. Over the past few years, though, their numbers have greatly increased, stretching from the mountains of Ursus to the wastelands of Colombia.
Our world is not a peaceful one, friend. And the wastelands is no exception. You'll encounter all sorts of strange people and strange occurrences. But you will adapt. You think it's Estelle? What is an Archosauria? Is that... Archosauria Devils. Falls of the Archosauria. Is that like their term for catastrophes, like as their gods?
Here, Doctor. Dinner's ready.
Thanks, Anya. Very good. What a heartfelt scene of intimacy.
Mr. Cannot.
I'm simply jesting. My apologies. Please do not take it seriously. Oh, is it? I thought it was like Archo something, but I didn't think it was Archosaurus specifically. Interesting.
At this rate, we'll lose everything.
You'll be alone with nothing. Is it worth it? Loneliness is a poison that erodes the mind. How much do you think you can withstand? By the time you awaken, there will be no kin at your side. Nobody will recognize your sacrifice, let alone remember it. Is this the future that you look forward to? You wake up. A crimson glow spills forth from the distant horizon, and the darkness left unto humanity by the shadow moon gradually ebbs. Frigid wind gnaws your cheeks as it blows across your face, and Land of Terror once again ushers in a new dawn. You're up very early, friend. The morning air is refreshing. Where's the little rabbit? She not awake yet? Let her rest a little bit longer. What are you doing? Maybe the aroma of breakfast would be more effective. Short-tailed fowl beasts don't have much meat, but they can suffice as breakfast. This is a specialty of the Colombian wastelands. Worry not, it's free of charge. A new day comes to Terra, and the situation has not changed, as far as I can tell. Nevertheless, good morning, friend. You were talking in your sleep last night. Your mental state seemed a bit unstable. Do be careful. What did you hear? I'm a trustworthy person. I didn't go out of my way to listen, let alone remember anything. Plus, you were only mumbling. Couldn't really hear anything clearly. But every night,
The little rabbit is very concerned about your sleep talking. Pardon me for being nosy, but after all the chatting we've done on our journey, it is hard not to take certain impressions. Have you lost your memories or something of that sort? I see. If that's some sort of secret, let's say I never asked. It is an uncouth question indeed, and I asked out of simple curiosity. Some things happened to me, and I lost some of my memories. Maybe most of them. Occasionally I'll recall some of them just as tiny fragments. Well, maybe not occasionally. Only a few rare times. Friend, I have a vague idea of what's going on. Suppose your memory is a spread out newspaper and now someone has spilled a bucket of paint on it. You can only see bits and pieces of the content through the gaps in the paint. But you can't grasp the full picture of that content. Seems like a pretty good description of my experiences. I'm a stranger to myself. It sounds like something that defies all words, friend. But I am no psychiatrist, and there is not much I can do for you. Sometimes I even find myself thinking about the kind of person I was before all this. I don't know who I am. I can only piece myself together from the words of others. That's not important, friend. Our existence is often based on how others perceive us. The sum of yourself is but the feedback of auditory, visual, and emotional interaction with others. It doesn't matter what kind of person you are, but from a social point of view, it should be quite clear what kind of person others need you to be. Do you happen to have anything that can restore memories quickly? Do you have any tricks? Or perhaps you know some other way to restore my memory quickly after I make up my mind. I do, but I can't recommend it. Let me think how to put this. Our lives are like an elastic belt. You stretch out one side, the other will contract. If you want to restore your memories quickly, you'll have to endure many unmanageable consequences. That quaint head of yours might not withstand such a tussle. Besides, this only applies to the most common forms of amnesia. Whether for your own sake or for that of that little bunny who you value so much, I'd recommend just taking things easy. By the way, the little rabbit's up.
Doctor, good morning.
Good morning, Amiya. I'll leave you to it then. I'm going to fetch some firewood. Amiya stands beside you quietly, watching the sun rising in the distance. The rays of light are slowly melting the cold tones of the wasteland. Every piece of rocky desert dyed by the gradually rising sun. Perhaps you've never set foot upon this land, but in a vast corner of Terra's vast domain, you once wandered with Amiya. You once left your footprints in this sparsely populated world. This should have been your impression, your fragments of your memory. But the truth is, this is the story Kalsa told you. In the cold wind of the early morning, you rack your brain, trying to find a tangible thread within your hazy memory. The light of daybreak, the cold wind of the wastelands, you and Amiya, Amiya and you. You can remember, and yet you cannot remember. Amiya takes hold of your hand.
Doctor, are you okay?
I'm fine.
I remember it was around the same time. We spent our first night in the wastelands, and we watched the sun rise over the horizon, just like this. You asked me a bunch of weird questions. Of course, all that happened years ago, but it seems like it was just yesterday.
Sorry, Amiya.
It's okay, Doctor. As long as you're here, one day, things will get better.
Aw, that's cute. What is this? Are we at the outpost now? The next day. 2:39 p.m. Clear. Messenger outpost. Several huge engineering vehicles and armed off-road transports make a circular formation on the rocky, barren expanses surrounding several makeshift sheds. The noisy din of generators and the roar of running originating boilers can be heard near and far, intermingled with the loud conversations of travelers and messengers. The Messenger Outpost, an oasis of civilization beyond the ecological oasis of the wastelands, your destination. Finally, we've arrived safely at the outpost. We didn't encounter any major difficulties on our journey, nor did a catastrophe befall us. You are quite lucky indeed, friend. The third car from the left is the Messenger contact station here. You might be able to contact your group there. The messenger rates here are pretty good.
But the room over there has the logo of Mama John's on it. Are you sure it's fine?
As long as you keep a low profile and don't cause any trouble, there won't be any problems. This is a messenger outpost after all. Even in Colombia, few companies will go out of their way to get on the messenger's bad side.
Doctor, wait here for me. I don't stand out as much as you do, so I'll head down to the messenger contact station. Mr. Knott, can I trouble you to stay with the doctor for a while? I'll be right back.
Don't worry, little rabbit. I'm good at hiding people from prying eyes. There won't be any problems. Relax, friend. Look at those armed vehicles over there. Do you see those anti-armor turrets? Trust me, it's very safe here. Here, have a sip. It's a special from a local microbrewery. Give it a try.
Is this beer?
Indeed. I've heard the owner of this microbrewery is an infected. Unexpected, yes? Even among Colombia's pioneers, there are a few who can accomplish this much. Now is not the time to drink and make merry. Fair enough. Why don't we go relax over there and listen to the news? You know, the very best thing about Colombia is that they provide radio-based stations for all the wasteland outposts. You can hear the news on the radio from just about anywhere. Almost all cities have intra-city broadcasting, but the decision to cover the wilderness with base stations is unique in Terra. You should take it all in and treat it like sightseeing. The armed conflict that occurred in the northern district of Toronto has gradually subsided. On site, police found evidence of a large-scale crossbow shootout, but have not apprehended any suspects. The Toronto police announced that one of the parties involved in the conflict has ties to a foreign company, Rhodes Island. The specifics of this organization are not known at this time. Some sources note that this foreign company has certain commercial conflicts with a local firm, but the spokesmen of this local business declined to comment on the matter. The police believe that this may have been a terrorist attack on Toronto, and the specifics of this armed conflict are pending further investigation.
Doctor!
You're back, little rabbit.
The people at the messenger contact station didn't come to work until 3 past noon, so we'll have to wait. The news just now.
It sounds like your people have withdrawn successfully, which is a good thing. But Mama John's probably got what it came for. Most regrettable.
Dang it!
The corporate intrigue here reminds me of Casimira's. Huh. Something like this is a routine operation, Columbia. That bunch moved quickly and wiped their asses in advance. Don't dwell on it, friend. You'll leave this place soon enough. It's too late to manage this problem now, but be more mindful about it next time. But what do they get out of a bunch of semi-finished medicine samples? And before that, Mr. Know-It-All, can you tell me why they're so desperate? Very well. Seems that you've made up your mind. Are you familiar with Columbia's business, my friend? How many times have you had to deal with them in the past?
Rhodes Island had some simple dealings with a few Colombian technology companies.
Oh, well, I'm sure simple dealings are decently good on the surface. But, my friend, the ugly and indecent parts are not often placed on the table for everyone to see. Come then. I'll take you someplace so you can see something fun. Next.
Hello. I need this month's dose.
Sure, let's take a look. Mr. Dave, is it? Oh yeah, I see your application. You've been a model employee this past month. Here's your monthly medicine ration.
Thank you. Thank you. Would it be possible to get next month's dose in advance? My wife is in pretty bad shape lately, and I need...
Mr. Dave, according to company regulations, we're unable to provide any medicine in advance. Thank you for your understanding. But as you know, we always prepare additional medicine for commercial sale, and you can always go next door to purchase more oropathy suppressants. Oropathy suppressants.
But...
Company regulations, Mr. Dave. Thank you for your understanding. Next. Webbing got reset. The price change is the same with JPN. Interesting. So, you're telling me that you can, in fact, we in the West can cheat based on what Japan is. Or we in the global, like the general global version, can cheat based on Japan. That is so cheap. Let's go. So I expect to see every so often, we need to get... Is there... Where's the go-to place to learn what the previous, like, the prices are? We need to get that going so we can, like, look that up in the future.
What is this place?
Shh, hush. This is the frontier department of Mama John's. Keep a low profile.
They're passing out medicine to the infected?
In Colombia, many things operate in a way unlike elsewhere in Terra. For example, consider the Wasteland Pioneers. Pioneers. The lifeblood of Colombia's westward expansion. The writers of Colombia's wilderness stories. The protagonists of the Colombian dream. They signed a contract with Mama John's and opened up land in the barren wastes, establishing residential areas for Colombia and its companies. Depending on how they work, companies will also provide them with medicine and supplies as a sort of wage. Here, take this. The solid and liquid components are packaged separately. This is the medicine they distribute? Are you gonna use your JP account to like run the numbers, keep us up to date on like what the sell is? Are you gonna be our inside man, Lahias, doing the insider trading for us? Solid and liquid, this one. This is the medicine they give to the infected. You're the expert here. I doubt you need me to explain.
This is not an oropathy suppressant.
Of course not. You know better than me. This half is a generic painkiller and the other half is a nutrient solution.
Why?
It's not a question of why, don't you see? They don't need to sell real suppressants. These pioneers, infected from all over the world, have never seen a real oropathy suppressant. Though these things can't actually suppress oropathy itself, they can relieve the symptoms of the disease. The product of Mama John's works, and works quickly, and that's good enough for them. The concept of suppressant is new to Terra, and naturally they wouldn't know. Since they can't make painkillers, they don't need to make real suppressants. Oh yeah, that'd be sick, Lahias, if we could. That'd be really neat. We can get that like going to further the service crew's corporate greed. Why do they care about our technology then? That story would be even more interesting. Did you know before Mama John's became a big name, they were just a donut chain? How could they have mastered the technology to produce drugs? All their pharmaceutical production lines are purchased from other companies such as Beach Brella, Tower Hill Biotech, Rhine Lab. Now that they sell painkillers and suppressants and make so much money, do you think the other pharmaceutical companies will sit on their hands? They've been thoroughly beaten down by other companies, but they've also learned a whole lot. This time, they've decided to directly off their partner, something that is distinctively Colombian. With your batch of samples in hand, I suspect the landscape of their cheap drugs will soon change. A more efficacious drug with a stronger analgesic, will convince more people that this is in fact an oripathy suppressant.
How could that be allowed? Rhodes Island samples are not oripathy suppressants at all. Those samples haven't been tested for safety yet and might have serious side effects. We haven't...
Let me tell you what will happen next. Mama John's will use her technology to make more and more suppressants at lower costs. Of course, these poor pioneers will become the guinea pigs. Will they die? Well, let me tell you the truth. Even without Mama John's, they'll still die. Colombia's frontiers have been bought with the blood of the pioneers. Their life expectancy is not long regardless. But those who remain, those whose lives are not claimed while paving the wilderness, are ever more likely to work them in exchange for these so-called suppressants. This medicine gives some short-term pain relief. Maybe it can even buy them a few extra years. Then, the newspapers across Colombia's major cities will publish headline after headline of their great achievements right on the front page. Mama John strides into pharmaceuticals, bringing new hope to the infected. Impeccable. As for the truth, it's not all important compared to the actual effectiveness of the analgesics. Of course, you can tell these poor people those drugs that you're taking can't actually cure oripathy, but can best be regarded as expensive painkillers and placebos. Then what? You keep telling the truth, saying that even the best suppressants by far can't bring back their completely normal lives, and that they'll continue to be accompanied by sickness and pain until they die. On the subject of oripathy, Rose Island indeed stands at the bleeding edge in this world, so you know the truth. But is it a truth that they can stomach? And this is Colombia, my friend. Nothing will change and everything makes sense. People come to Colombia with hope, create value with hope, and die with hope.
But we can't just sit around and watch them use Rhodes Island.
See? This is very practical. You cannot save them. Nobody can save them. Not to mention it's difficult even to protect yourselves now. For the infected who harbor hope in their hearts, hope never existed in the first place, and you know this better than they do. You should contact your people sooner rather than later and find a way to get back.
You're right, Mr. Connaught.
I don't want to admit it, but facts are facts.
Doctor.
I know that hope is a cruel thing indeed. When you realize it can't be undone, when you realize you're powerless, when you find yourself nothing but desperate, hope is enough to drive a perfectly good person mad. People believe what they want to believe, and that makes them feel much better. You look over at Amia. You watch her eyes slowly droop. Her eyes filled with sadness, then stained with helplessness. The two of you have seen so much, but you both will see more still. You both understand all this, and in fact, there is no need for the Wasteland Merchant to explain it again. In the distance, along the border between the wastelands and the sky, the sun slowly sinks. Day is about to draw to an end in Terra's wastelands. The light is about to fade, and the twin moons will soon take its place in the sky. The sun will still rise tomorrow, but not every infected will see the coming dawn. Even if there are enough drugs to suppress oripathy in this place, it's too late for so many more. Nothing will change. Nothing will change? But, Mr. Connaught, even if hope will continue to bring us pain, I still think it's worth it. If we give up on hope, what is the meaning of everything we've had to endure?
Doctor.
Oh! Quite the rousing speech, my friend. You did not convince me, for you will find it hard to do so, but I felt the sincerity of your emotions. I do like how you still refuse to bow to reality despite having seen it. Though, to be honest, you've already embarrassed yourselves. Let's put that speech aside for now. I know that you two are very practical people, so I will also pose a very practical question. I'm quite curious. What will you do next? You've already arrived at the messenger outpost at the border, and you'll be leaving this place soon. Do you plan to turn around and head back? What then? To be frank, my friend, unless you have some way of getting your things back from them, you'll have a very hard time resolving these matters. Will you charge there, single-handedly with all guns blazing? Should I lend you a burn beast so you can look like a hero of the Veil from the indigenous Colombian people's folklore? Oh, I almost forgot. You can't fight.
Mr. Knop, please don't say that about the doctor.
No, I mean, he's right. Sometimes we don't necessarily need to use force. We can use their own ways to resolve the problem. And I just happen to have some practice. In order to get Rhodes Island out of here safely, we have to get crafty. From the sound of things, you plan to appeal to reason? For 6 hours before the end reset. Don't they want to set 2 a.m. for JP reset? No, that's completely fine. Honestly, you don't even have to do it. Just like if you're ever like, hey, this is interesting. Like if you have the time to like just screen cap and throw it in there, I feel like some people might appreciate it. So yeah, that'd be cool. And again, yeah, you never feel like stressed to like do it. By all means. It's just like if you're already logging in, just like you can take it and send it. But if you don't log in, completely fine. Like yeah, I think it'd be neat though. Like I know like because Ben's getting into it a lot, so I think he'd probably enjoy it. The web event's not worth that. Yeah, I was gonna say the web event's not also it's also not worth the hassle, honestly. Just doing it day by day should be enough for all the word. Yeah, that's probably true. Because I mean, like, really, you don't need like anything, and it's over the course of a month, right? As well, so yeah, by all means, it's just yeah. If you ever have the time to do it, it could be fun, but yeah, it's never stress about it. Like, by the way, this is a lot longer than I thought for the very first one of these. I think I might be losing my voice. 4 days later. 4:01 p.m. Clear. Columbia Detention Center. Alright, you can leave now. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Doctor.
It went well, Anya.
Don't do that again. I was worried sick.
You played your bag of tricks quite well, my friend. Very clever. I'm glad that the little excursion I took you on was not in vain. Nor was me waiting out here for a few days. I really did underestimate you. But I'm a bit scared of you now, my friend. I'll take that as a compliment. To be honest, I was a bit scared too when I woke up to a bucket head.
I still don't understand what happened.
Simply stated, our clever friend here voluntarily surrendered to the Colombian Customs and Border Protection, saying that your company had smuggled a batch of oropathy-related drugs in Colombia. If you know anything about Colombian laws, you should know that oropathy-related drugs are the most strictly regulated medical products. The company that lobbied to implement this law in the past spent a lot of efforts to monopolize the drug market in Colombia. The information provided by our friend here definitely alarmed the Colombian Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Arts units, and Originium, and they certainly aren't easy to deal with. Per protocol, the Bureau's security forces went there in no time and seized all items in this smuggled product trade.
But we have complete contracts and records of cooperation with them, which should be easy to find.
That's the important part. Miss Rabbit, when they chose to attack you, they had no intention of leaving any footprints. They've destroyed all evidence of this cooperation, and nothing would match up in the investigation. So, what kind of situation will prevent a company from leaving behind any evidence of a transaction? What else but shady business?
So, it was the Colombian government that seized all the samples.
According to law, they will destroy these smuggled goods, and then there's nothing after that. Mama John's is pretty much omnipotent around here, but what if the scope extends to cover all of Colombia? Colombian Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Arts, Units, and Originium. Their name might be a mouthful, but they have some competent people, and they'll be watching closely.
I understand now, but even with that being the case, won't Rhodes Island have a blackened record?
This is Colombia, after all. It's not a company out there with a perfectly wiped rear. Pay a fine, sign off at the ticket, and it won't be long until people forget about it. Perhaps people might even have stopped caring already. After all, in order to cover their ass, Mama John's might have inadvertently given Rose Island its best cover. And in any case, the Bureau really came in for Rose Island. They would be the ones in trouble. Of course, your doctor did spend 3 days in the Bureau's detention room, which has its own price.
Yeah, it's hard for me to evaluate this move, Doctor. Dr. Calcett's gonna be mad.
That she will be, but if there's anything I know about her, I'll just tell her I learned it from watching her.
I wouldn't mouth off like that if I were you.
Oh, Blaze. Gang's all here. The well-built feline operator is looking at you with eyes of helplessness.
Doctor, you caused a real big uproar this time around. Fines, fees, jail time, and even the Colombian government investigating illegitimate business practices. But I have no clue how you managed to sort it all out. I just had to call Dr. Calcett myself. How the hell are you going to explain all this to her when you get back?
I have my ways. Begging for mercy, that is.
Doctor, please don't ever take a gamble like this in the future. We could contact the ship and wait for support. Besides, Rose Island actually has a contingency plan for dealing with situations like this.
At least the trip through the wastelands was fun, wasn't it?
Fun? I suppose just a little. But, Doctor, don't change the subject. After we get back, you have to tell the whole truth to Dr. Calcett. I'll help you with the report.
Okay. Thanks. Then I suppose it's time to part ways, my friend. As I said before, our journey together was most enjoyable. It definitely was. Thanks, Cannot, for everything. May we meet again someday. I do believe we will meet again in the near future. Until then, I wish you good health. See you later.
Who was that? Gave me the sense that there was something else under that nice front of his. Doctor? There's something I'd like to ask you. Back then, you said you needed Mr. Cannot to do a little favor for you. What was it?
Don't tell me that's the... It's not... This is long. Wow. 3 days ago. Forward in time, back in time. Yeah, three and a half weeks is a lot of time to be able to do the event. 100%. I have to say, though, this plan really is genius, so that Mama John's can't redistribute the fake meds. I'll alert the national government to illegally import some Mama John's. It's honestly really neat. The idea of, like, just admitting wrongdoing, just to be like, yeah, we did it wrong. Go get them. Haha. Effectively, that's what happened, and it's like, hey, it worked out. 3 days ago. 3:27 p.m. Clear. Somewhere in the wastelands. You're a real crazy one, friend. That's a rather destructive trick you've got there. So, what do you need my help with? Though we don't use force, I still want to keep the option open. I'd like your people to protect Amia up until she leaves safely. Maybe your people can ensure that Rose Island doesn't come under attack too. But in any case of emergency, I'd like your people to do some cleanup work for me. Oi! Hold up, easy now. What do you mean, my people? Mr. Gannat, I hope you can at least be honest with me now. We've been followed the whole day, right? We might just be lucky, but as you said. But is it really just luck? The strange man has gone silent, but You can't judge his expression under the thick bucket helm. However, you feel that the silence harbors neither anger nor dissatisfaction. Well done, Dr. Windfall. I thought my friends did a good job concealing themselves. This whole time I took you for an intelligent but overly sentimental person. You truly are full of surprises. Well then, Dr. Windfall. Of course I can help you with this little favor. Though I believe that with Miss Amia's skills, she won't really need my help. But business is business, and what can you offer me? I'll turn a blind eye to the documents you took from our car. How does that sound to you? Beautifully played, friend. It's a deal. If everything goes well, we'll see you in 3 days. Of course, my friend. I wish you the best of luck. Alright, you can come out now. You alone? Is it over? Not quite. The upcoming show should be quite entertaining. This one's extremely dangerous. We shouldn't let him go. We come against that Rhodes Island. Why should we help him? Just trust me. The existence of our organization like theirs is good for us. The longer such people live, the more interesting this world will become. Let's go, friends. We still have a lot of work to do. Are they the Arshosoria? Or are they the one guys? That's what that kind of felt like at the end there. Holy hell, that was really long. I think. Also, there was like very, very little on going back to the doctor at this point. I'm interested in this one because I can clearly see Cal sitting here. And I don't know what this is on the left, but I'm interested in this one a lot. I think because I've done 3 things in a row, both of those and that, I think I have to actually cut it. Rust Hammer. That's what it was. Not Arshosoria. It was Rust Hammer. Arshosoria was like they worship the one thing. The Rust Hammers ever attack RI. We just have Kobe eat them. That's a reference to or IS-1, right?
Doctor.
Does Kobe like just eat Kanata, or how does that work out then? Because I clearly never played IS-1 because I started after IS-1 and you can't go back and play that one, unfortunately. Thank you, Dean Angel. Let's see. Will we finish today's Arknights stream off without playing Arknights once?
Resources received.
Crazy. I just now realized that. We still have 130 Sandy because all we've done today was we read these 2. We looked at the trailer for this. We did our recruits and we did the story for here. Holy hell. Today was a story day. Here, let's do this. Let's go out with a... I need these. Well, honestly, I'm going to wrap up while this is doing. I'm not going to have you sit here and watch the same thing 4 times in a row. On Annihilation? Annihilation's good. I like to use Annihilation for my daily, though.
Now's the time
Use an
to
Annihilation.
return.
Really?
Don't make any more noise.
What are you saying? I like to use it for my daily. You go in, you do your Annihilation like once a day, and that will cover like half of your dailies that you have to do. It's great. I only have 4 tickets right now anyway. 5? 4 or 5. I don't have many tickets. Kobe eats the Rusted Hammer collectible in her IS-2 monthly squad. Oh, really? I think I did that one, because I did a lot of the IS-2 monthly squads. I didn't do it as much for the IS-2 and 3. So it's just not a detail that I remember that at all. The one that has Kanat's prices? Really? What? Goofy. Just so you have more Sandy for adventurance.
Leave it to me.
Wait, what? Bring them Sandy on an ice to do more Sandy for adventurance. Explain further what that means. Oh, because when the event happens, I shouldn't be spending my dailies on the Annihilation. I should be spending on the event. Makes sense. Got it. Okay. Thank you for stream. Anytime, Ben. Anytime. Let's see. While this is playing, I can go and alt tab and set you guys up and send you guys off. Good storytelling. Honestly, even though Vigilio didn't actually give me Doctor Lore yet necessarily, it gave me like bits and pieces. I did like that, and I actually do want to go back to that at some point to see the other bits and actually like get that Doctor Lore that I'm missing. So I'm interested in seeing where that can go. I don't know when I'll be able to get to it, or if I'll just do it like on my own at some point. That's up in the air. That's cool. Let's see. Where do I want to send you guys? Ooh. Do any of you know Iwari Doksu? Shows the capabilities of the Doctor. Yeah! Honestly, that was probably my favorite part about it, is that just like in Break the Ice, right? I like it when the Doctor gets to take a role and be, you know, smarter than me. When he gets to be like a conniving, like a haha, not conniving necessarily, but when he actually gets to be like smart about it. Read on stream, got it. We'll keep it around as a sometimes snack, basically. We're definitely doing the event story next week, so let's do that. I'm interested in, so the event's gonna be for 3 weeks. I wonder if I want to do the event story, like, normally do the event story where I do the first couple ones, we read on our own, and then we do the end of the event story. Because it's gonna be a week, part of me is wondering, should I just do the event now, and then we just do the end of the event story on stream? What do you guys think? Do you want to see the opening and the ending, or just the ending? Changi module next week, are we right? Wait, is that true? He's getting a module? What's his module? Wait, I don't know this one. Wait, hold on, what? What? Changi Arknights, hold on. He gets a skin next week. I know he gets a skin tomorrow, excuse me. Which I'm super excited about. That thing looks sick as hell. Hold on, what's his module? Townstar module upgrades. Wait, what's his module? I'm trying to, where is it? Here it is.
Here we go.
Gains 15% physical dodge. Oh, holy hell, dude. That's pretty sick. I'm pretty much about that. And then what else does he get? After Chang'e recovers 4 SP if he defeats 1 enemy with a skill. If no enemy is defeated, gains 1 SP instead. Oh, that's actually sick. He gains physical dodge to keep him alive, and then he just gets more SP faster. Lahai's that. This is the best Tuesday I've had in a long time from that. Holy hell. Because right now, if he kills with his skill, he gets 3 out of 8. Now, with level 3 module, he'll get 4 out of 8, which is halfway there. Or even if it doesn't kill, he'll still get 1. That's crazy. Holy hell, I'm so about this. Alright, that's sick. Alright, sorry, screw. While this is playing then, I'm gonna send you guys over to Iwari Doksu. It looks like they're playing Arknights right now. I don't know anything about them. Let's go say hi. While I do that, is there anything else I have to send out? Thursday, we're playing more Elden Ring. We just got into the DLC. It's really cool. I spent the first hour looking at goats and just riding around Torrent. And it's beautiful. And I hope to do more of that, but also kill like a boss on Thursday. And then on Sunday, we've been playing through Persona. But this Sunday, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take our Sunday off from Persona. We're going to be playing Little Kitty Big City. Because I really want to just be a cat and walk around and mess with stuff. So if either of those sound interesting, feel free to come on in. Otherwise, I will see you guys hopefully next Tuesday for more Arknights action. With that, pop this in. Let's go check out someone new. Search. Body. Great. And with that, I know nothing else, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to catch you next time. Peace out, everyone. And go say hi in 3, 2, I won. See there.